Started as a whisper, message from a new world I'd never known. Something about it felt like it'd been waiting my whole life. Is this home? I can hear each sound calling my name, and I feel angels around when I start to sing, and suddenly it feels like heaven's not so far away. Tell me, can you hear the symphony? Panic, panic, I can't help but think that it's meant to be, that I'm finally right where I'm supposed to. If I let you into the secret, would you listen? I can hear each sound calling my name, and I feel angels around when I start to sing, and suddenly it feels like heaven's not so far away. Tell me, can you hear the symphony? Panic, panic, She's a itty bitty spider with a itty bitty ladder and a strange jacket round her waist. When she gets a bite, you better run, you better hide, better prove that you're not worth the chase. Yeah, she might be pretty, but I promise it gets scary when she wants your daddy and she finds out where you live. Creeping in the shadows, eating poisoned apples. She's nothing like you ever seen. Her mood goes up and down and round, and ain't no telling what she might do next. Cause she's a itty bitty spider with a itty bitty ladder, and she might just come for you. Should always sleep with one eye open. You better keep in mind to always look over your shoulder. Cause when you think you're safe, just stay awake. She's moving closer. Cause she's an itty bitty spider with an itty bitty ladder, and she might just come for you. She's a snake crawling, creeping on the floor. If you give her time of day, baby, that's your first mistake. She will swallow you whole, for you know in your control by a sweetheart criminal. Never thought that she's a itty bitty spider with an itty bitty ladder. You should always sleep with one eye open. You better keep in mind to always look over your shoulder. Cause when you think you're safe, just stay awake. She's moving closer. Cause she's an itty bitty spider with an itty bitty ladder, and she might just come for. I will come for you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Apex Legends Proving Grounds. My name is Mazita, alongside, of course, the one and the only Rhino. Make sure you guys are following, by the way, at RhinoLive_ on Twitch. As you can see, through Team 17 through 20. Rhino, how you feeling today here for the first Ladies' Night of 2025?
Getting accused of self-promo in the first women's tournament of the year is quite funny. But no, I'm pumped. I'm excited. It's the start of the new year. Hopefully we can get these lobbies filled come, the next time we go around. But I'm excited, man. It's gonna be fun. Yeah,
absolutely. It's going to be a blast, and we're just waiting for that first game to spin up here. New servers, new mice on the wheels, so we're just giving them a little bit of time, and we'll be kicking things off here shortly. But if you missed the POI draft last night, you missed a lot. We missed Down Beast not being grabbed as quickly as we thought it would have been grabbed. And since we are starting on Storm Point here, we got a couple different POIs I just want to kind of take a look at. Down Beast being one of them with E-Kittens, of course, but we've also got Dark Zero Eve down at Echo HD. Not many teams in the area for Dark Zero Eve to kind of contest with off of RIP, but a potential option there at the very least. But Rhino, any teams here, at least in the lobby as of now, that you feel we should kind of keep an eye on as we do start game number 1?
I mean, it's gonna be Team Meow for me. Meow, Shiro, Yusaki, and I mean the team's stacked top to bottom. So excited to see them continue. Temper, I'm excited to see continue their growth. They kind of came on a little late last season in Queens Clubs we talked about last night. So they're on their way up. And then of course it's kind of like revival. Partially revival. I don't know. I'm excited to see what Maple put together. They're gonna be landing over at North Pad. So a lot of good teams, a lot of new faces though. A lot of new faces. Bingus. I mean, there's a lot of people I don't know. To be honest with you, that I have not seen play yet. So that's always exciting to check out as well.
Yeah, I'm super excited for all the new faces. I mean, that's the nice thing about a brand new season. We've had a couple teams retire. We've had a couple teams kind of break up and disperse over the off season. But now that we're kicking things back into gear, we've got all these new women's comp teams that have, maybe moved from console to PC. Maybe they're just getting their competitive career started. Maybe they were only a scrims team for the time being. But like you said, a lot of new faces and just a lot of excitement behind that. And my apologies. Like I said, these new servers, they're crispy, but they just take a little bit, and that's okay. They got to get the hamsters warmed up. They got to get everybody ready. We got to keep the chat engaged, and make sure that all the players know that, hey, this is what's going on, and you can tell they're having a little bit of a banter back and forth. But we're just waiting here for game number 1. I am so beyond excited to kick things off here.
Yeah, I mean, Maz, who are you looking at, man? You asked me, but you didn't tell me who you're looking at.
I'm going to be keeping an eye personally on PFT. PFT. One of the teams that has, we talked about it again last night, just kind of beating a dead horse here, but PFT consistently growing, consistently evolving, changing their play styles and adapting to what their opponents are doing in the lobby. So excited to see what, Crit is going to be able to bring to the team there that is PFT. Also, though, I'm exceptionally excited to watch Roar XD. We talked about them. They're one of my favorites in the lobby. I've been a watcher of Valiosa now for some time, and excited to see what she can do alongside Ince and Banks.
Yeah, I mean, Incep, Banks, and Jen is going to be that's a pretty good team. That's a pretty good team. They were on separate teams last Princess Cup and all that nonsense, but Banks being a part of that team, Bagel taking home the dub. I'm excited. It should be pretty good. It should be a pretty good team there. See what they do. And Sep's one of the best long range shots we got in women's comp.
Yeah, I don't think anybody here can argue that. I mean, Ince has done such a wonderful job. I mean, whether it's longbow, I mean, specifically when she picks up that sentinel and gets that thing charged. I mean, you're not going to see better shots than the M&K movement there that does come out of Incep. But looking over at EVG, Killzone Girl, I think, is probably a player you might be a little bit more familiar with. Any real call outs from your side of the events previous year?
Yeah, she's got it, man. She did a phenomenal play in one of my random royales. Clutched up a 1v3 against a pretty stacked team on the other side, including some women comp players. So yeah, no, I mean she's got the talent. EVG, I think she's playing with two people not on her team. I'm not too sure. I know Mara is on Team Tenax, but she'll be subbing in for them tonight. But yeah, no, I mean their team as a whole, they came into Princess Cup late last season for me, and but they've been supportive of whatever I've been doing. So I'm all about it. Root for Killzone Girl all day.
Absolutely. And, I think another team we can call out is going to be Temper. I think everybody knows who Zona is in the women's comm space. If you don't, she does wonderful things for the women's circuits, whether it's scrims, hosting events, even some potential, expansions coming up very shortly. But definitely keeping an eye on Temper. Anybody that's going to be coached by Zona who does have that pro league level experience, bringing that down to the women's competitive space and kind of sharing that knowledge, sharing those rotations, and even having a little bit more zone knowledge. I think that's going to be another team that we're potentially going to see here at least evolve into the top 10, if not the top 5 early on.
Yeah, hopefully these lobbies start up pretty soon here. It's not looking too good for us.
I thought I heard a noise, but it wasn't. Oh, look at that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. That's all
I had to do was just talk some crap about it. Here we go. We're good.
We're gonna send it over to gameplay here. We are going to be doing a 6-game series tonight here. For those of you unfamiliar, we've got $550 up for grabs. A reminder to anybody watching, if you're watching some of these players' streams, if you're just hanging out here in chat even, make sure you let these players know if they do get their best shotgun clip. There's an actual $50 bounty up tonight. All you've got to do is have the best shotgun play in the tournament. I think that's a pretty easy way to take home $50, and especially with the way that the current shotgun meta is evolving, I think we're going to see some pretty good shotgun plays here tonight.
I mean, yeah, I would assume so. We're going to see a lot of Newcastle Gibbies. So yeah, it should be stacked with shotgun gameplay. But drop it into game 1, Maz. Let's take a look at those team comps, man. I mean, different. I'm not used to seeing Rampart selected so frequently here. This is pretty it's pretty amazing to see. You see a lot of Lobas now too, and it's refreshing. Mirage making their return making their debut in comp, getting an absolute kit with the update. So I mean, he's here now. So I mean, yeah, it's spread out. It's diverse. I think it's the most diverse it's been. And it's refreshing because I was getting kind of tired of the. It's still very. I mean, it's all support. it's support meta right now. But at least everybody's running it. You can use multiple support characters rather than just the same 2. So, but I'm loving the Rampart picks. I see a few of them in.
Yeah, a couple of Rampart picks, and I mean, you had mentioned the Loba as somebody who has recently been severely carried throughout my early ranked journey this season. I know it took a little bit longer than normal to get into it, but I'm really loving ranked again. And my good buddy Magic Pat, with the Loba that he's been playing, just realizing how useful Loba can be. I mean, you land and you instantly have a black market. It's exceptionally helpful to kind of find that early game loot. And even if you don't find, an enemy very early on, totally okay. You're still able to get all of that loot and just kind of get your team kitted before that first fight. And as we talk about, potential first fights here, we're down on DZ Eve, one of the powerhouse teams here on the south side of the map, getting ready to kick off this first round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see this addition of Jace with this duo here of Sky and Renee. I mean, we all know what they can do. Moving on from Sky last season, but Jace coming in as their third. It looks like for now. I know she played in a few tournaments during the break we took with them. So yeah, no, I mean, it's a solid pickup. It's a solid. Jace is a very talented player, very very talented.
Jace exceptionally talented. I mean, we've watched Jace do some pretty crazy things both on broadcast and off. So excited to see how Jace kind of fits into that Dark Zero squad tonight. Another team we were talking about, Roar XD. Incep, she can't drive, but she can snipe. But she's got the trident out and she's moving along here. Going to head on over towards Banks. Banks was a potential sub here going into this event, and Jen said, "Don't you worry, Banks. You're making it into the event. You're going to be playing with us." And I'm fairly confident that between Jen, Banks, and Incep, we're going to see a nice little squad here tonight.
Yeah. I mean, they all played phenomenal in Princess Cup Finals and LCQs for their respective teams, Raincore and Bagel. So to see them come together here, it's pretty exciting. Honestly, it could be that next team here we have at Women's Comp. We had some departures leave the scene. A couple players kind of taking the step back. We saw Janie leave. We saw Sabs kind of take a step away from Women's Comp. A lot of these S-tier players, taking their leave of absence right now. It's going to open the door for a lot of these other teams to kind of come together and make some noise here. So I'm excited to see how that plays out for them. I really am.
Absolutely excited. Now, Astral is not a team that I'm as familiar with. We're down here in Barometer. They got a pretty good POI off of RIP. Just having this whole essential corner of the area to themselves. Any I guess insider knowledge, insight into who Astral is as a team?
Marshall kind of very new to women's comp. They played in Princess Cup last season. They did well. They did very well. They finished inside the top 10, so they avoided. They got some placement points heading into PC finals. They went to LCQs. They added a player from Moon Knights. It looks like it's going to be Serena. Is going to be joining forces with Leah and Erica. I mean, another team that they could be on the ascend as well. I mean, they're all very good at the game and they enjoy comp. It's a major key is enjoying what you're doing, and they do enjoy it, and they're always grinding. They're always on. A lot of people took the break, when it kind of slowed down a little bit, but Astral, they kept grinding, so they should be moving on their way up too. It's another team to definitely look out for. Shout out Rhode Island. Serena's from Rhode Island as well. Let's go.
Oh, we love that. We love anybody from the Northeast. That's just how we are. We were a little bit biased both being from the Northeast, but that's totally okay. Yeah. It does look like Trixie's was able to pick up a kill. I believe it was on EVG I saw. No, it was over on Nico Robin, SSG, so there was a G in it. They are flocked and loaded. That was the best caption I've ever seen on a tweet, I have to say. So super excited to see the super silly geese. I mean, that's who they are. It's a part of who they are as a team.
And I love it. I love the vibe they bring. They have their struggles. They're still learning how to play comp. They've stuck together this whole time. Seriously, silly geese. They're very dedicated to what they want to achieve as a team, and they continue to do so. And they're always so creative. I got to give it to them. They're creative with their way that they brand themselves as a team, and how they push their vibe out to the rest of the community. So shout out SSG for sure.
And we're on board with Trixie's for the time being. They're on the opposing side here of the Girls Night Out squad, just hanging out in Stormcatcher and picking up all this loot using that Loba Black Market. We talked about Loba kind of being a little bit more new to comp. The bracelet toss is exceptionally useful now. It recharges extra quick. I mean, I just feel like Loba might be finding her footing, her grounding here in competitive Apex, and I'm here for it. I love a good change up in meta. I was never a fan of the Horizon meta. Despite them having a Horizon here, as we do see Ella throw some shots down range here from the Spitfire. Going to connect for a little bit, 151 there for the Bangalore Girls Night Out, trying to just get a little bit more damage here before they potentially send on this fight. But Newcastle wall on the other side, that's going to be a scary wall to push.
Yeah, you're not going to try to move from this position here. It does look like they're going to have a pretty favorable rotate with zone come the time when they need to do so. And, pushing down on top of a Newcastle will be tough. But, seeing Horizon on this team, pretty refreshing as well. I didn't like her when I was playing competitively. I did not like going against Horizons, but she's always fun to watch in the right hands of the right player. So see how Calamity performs here with the Lombos. 4x8. It's got to be an M&K player, right, Mess?
This is definitely an M&K player, yes. Scooby's kind of rebranded her way through the women's comp space a couple different times. Younger player, has played a couple different of the Proving Grounds Ladies Nights events, so excited to see what Scooby can do here in the hands of Girls Night Out alongside Ella and Calamity. But Calamity definitely on the M&K, and there's nothing wrong with a good M&K player. It's just, it's not for me and my boomer hands.
Yeah, I can't do it. Can't do it. Oh boy, we've got Roar going down here. Banks trying to get away. She's going to go down. So that's going to be Dark Zero Eve running into Roar there on the rotate, Maz. They're going down early. That's tough. That's a tough one in a small lobby like this. Only 16 teams. Going out this early is tough, man. That's not easy, but this is what Dark Zero Eve does. They rotate edge. They kill teams on their rotates in, and it's just smart play. It's just smart play, especially on triple support. You can eat this ring 1, ring 2 zone damage. So if things go wrong, you can rotate to Crafter and get the respawn. So it's free. It's a free int for the most part on other teams trying to get into zone.
Yeah, I mean, triple support is just absolutely monstrous, especially, in the hands of a team that's as talented as Dark Zero. That's a no-brainer. Does look like PFT getting ready to engage here. That's going to be right up against the E-Kittens. Now, we do have gym splits here. I think we've seen gym splits on a few different teams. I most recently recall her over on the Empire squad, but I know that was a little while ago. But excited to see gym splits back into women's comp on this E-Kitten squad, and right now just trying to stay away from PFT, but Temper going to be closing in there very shortly from the northern side of PFT.
Yeah, E-Kitten's 2/3 of Team Revival here. Kazi and gym splits. Revival, they turned it up last year too. I mean, I know you casted them in the Princess Cup a lot. Kind of seeing their growth into getting into the finals for Queen's Cup. They were on their way up too. So curious to see if they're going to continue as a third. I know Zenora is going to be switching over to switching over to rivals full time, so they're gonna be looking for a third here. So maybe Allie's the answer, or whatever it is that their plan is. But Kazi and Jim are always a phenomenal duo.
Beautiful shots coming out there from Kara. A little bit of long range. Just going to give Temper just a little bit of damage here. Entry damage going to get the break on the Gibby on the other side. Now E-Kitten's going to be in a little bit of danger here. Kara going to be able to take some time and revive. Lorena goes, swings right. Beautiful Nemesis shot's going to hit for 76. And now Temper on the aggression. Taking down one PST.
Oof. That's tough. That was a good knockdown by Lorena, but taking a lot of damage there as the Mirage. Luckily for them, they have 3 support legends, be able to get a quick reset. In the midst of this fight, Lorena gonna get up, gonna get the box, try to get a little quick swap there on their kill. They get the knock-on crit, and it should be an easy push up this hill, get this last final kill, and that's a tough fight to win. That is not easy fighting up that hill there. That's a phenomenal job there by Temper.
Yeah, that's a brutal way to push up that hill. And hold on, I'm just going to answer Incep in Discord real quick. Boop. Okay, love that. Temper, what a beautiful push, though. Like you said, I mean, winning a fight uphill is no easy feat whatsoever. So, huge push there out of Temper to take down PFT. Bingus hanging out here. No real urgency just yet. They've got one team in the area, and that's going to be the Super Silly Geese. And it looks like SSG going to be going for a long rotate here up towards the northern side of the map. Going to go for a wide swing and potentially see what they can find. If not, no problem. Drops back into command center, and they'll be nice and safe.
Yeah, Bigness actually has a team underneath them. It's going to be Dumb Cats. They're playing directly underneath them. It's Nora, who we were just talking about, Maple, and Ellie here. Another really good team, but playing underneath of the likes of Bungus. They're going to have to get into this fight here eventually. They're both going to have to rotate down this hill through that choke. Looks like they both want that angle heading into the next ring, so it's gonna be a fight. Dumb Cats are probably gonna end up getting behind them because the high ground swing that they're gonna be able to get with the jump is gonna be pretty solid here. So don't be surprised if we see a Newcastle wall to hold them out.
We've got Temper. Looks like Temper's going to be fighting up here up against a couple different potential teams. Wink's going to be one of them. Jules Pink 45, the last remaining player for Team Winks. We do have Dark Zero Eve also looking to join the fight, but they do have their back to the zone, so could have to just make a little rotation here uphill, and I think that's what Scar is going to do, is just kind of rotate out of this and potentially come back for a later time. But Temper's got blood in the water. Temper getting ready to push on Dark Zero Eve to finish this off.
Bigness now getting involved in that fight too. It's gonna be tough sledding. Dark Zero, they're gonna use. See, this is what we were just talking about. They're gonna use the advantage of being a triple support. They're gonna leave that whole area and reset in zone hopefully before round 3 closes. But even so, they have the Lobo ult. They have the ability to grab heals where they want. I mean, they're gonna be fine to get a reset for sure.
Yeah, Dark
or at
Zero,
least a different rotate at least.
Yeah, give themselves a little bit of a better option here. It looks like Wink's gonna be the only player. And the player's going to be down, so it's going to be Cryo from Winks going to be waiting just on the outside of that zone as they rotate in. You see Trixie's eliminated top right of your screen. They're going to fall in 11th place. So now that we are down into 10th, the top 10 teams are guaranteed at least 2 points for placement. So placement now going to play a little bit more of a role. Temper going to clean them up. Bingus will also fall. We're down inside the top 8 just like that.
Yep. And that's going to open opportunity here for Dark Zero Eve to rotate and get that craft we were just talking about. But big fight happening here with Girls Night Out over in Stormcatcher. They were able to take down E-Kittens, team we were just talking about there. Good job by them. Don't have to worry about Temper, though. Temper's pretty close by. Or not Temper, excuse me. Astral. Excuse me, Astral. The T's that confused me.
I get confused all the time too. It's totally okay. You know, it really is. We see Astral rotating here over towards the southwestern side of this next zone. Round 3 getting ready to close. We're only about 45 seconds out till we determine who's going to be moving in just a little bit further into this end game, as some of these teams start to carve out the real estate that they're looking for. Excuse me, Meow really stretching themselves apart here. You just moving all the way up, putting down this rampart wall. Could be a little strategy behind that. You know, you put down these rampart walls, you let the opposing teams think this area is already occupado, and you may do yourself a favor and block a rotation just by putting down a simple rampart wall. I know that I see a rampart wall, I normally try to avoid those, if there's a Sheila on the other side especially.
Yeah, you was just her skill level is very, very high. So what she's doing here is just trying to grab space in an area where they think the ring might pull. It's just to secure the spot. They're going to be able to hold 2 areas right now. And that's just, they're recognizing that the fact that she's safe to do this as a rampart is crazy. And there it is. There's the ring pull. So now they're going to have these 2 areas here to play from. And with you being on this R301, I mean, with the walls down and Sheila, you know, to mess these teams up sliding down this hill on this next ring closes, it's just a phenomenal play coming in from Meow.
That it is. I mean, you look at where this zone is, and both different placements that this team has set up are both in zone. So no matter which way this zone is going to even go the next time, you know, they could be relatively safe. I mean, you've got Maple, you know, one of the potential Solace roster members sitting up there just across the way, but we've also got a fight down here between, I believe that was Temper and Astral. So Astral going to be dropping that Halo inside, and Temper's going to be pushing in on this very shortly.
Astral full health though. Good job by them stabilizing inside this building, using the Halo to deny that push from Temper. But Temper is going to make a play here. They're going to take all 3 doors away from Astral and get angles on them, get 3 cracks. And here they go. The Mirage swings in. Lorena gets the knockdown. Leah PR. Serena gonna go the last one up. Erica goes down as well. And there it is. Astral getting eliminated by Temper. Temper doing a phenomenal job taking that fight. Just taking away all 3 of those doors, knowing that the other door was probably blocked off by the Loba ult, being able to grab that intel, just using that Mirage ult, swinging in so hot, and Lorena just being able to get that initial knock was huge.
And as you can see on the map here, there's these blue circles are the Loba ults, and there's absolutely no Loba ults whatsoever on this map right now, which is just, you know, it's so nice. But it looks like Dark Zero Eve directly beneath Girls Night Out here. This is going to be a hard push for Dark Zero to kind of take that high ground fight. But as you can see here, Scooby going to do a wonderful job with that Nemesis. Nice early break. Going to try and follow up with the Mastiff. Going to miss one of them. Going to get a little bamboozling action going on, and here comes Dark Zero. Temper, excuse me, coming in from behind to capitalize, and now Calamity going to have to keep things moving here for Girls Night Out.
Yeah, Dark Zero Eve doing a decent job here. Girls Night Out's going to be in trouble, but here comes Temper. Temper, the dark horse in this fight right now. Going to be able to collect a lot of KP, and this is the price Dark Zero Eve pays, you know, getting that late reset at the end of round 3, putting themselves in a really tough spot on the rotate in. I mean, they were able to get into zone, you know, pretty cleanly, but they put themselves in a really bad spot there as they're going to get eliminated by Temper. And Temper is just, they're on a roll right now, Maz. They are on a roll, but here they go. They're going to do another fight. That's going to be the duo, the remaining duo on the inside from Girls Night Out. And the crack is going to come in there from Lorena. Lorena has a beautiful angle once again. Beautiful grenades, though.
I'll say that grenade was
brutal. You can't really push off this. Can't really push off this. You got to kind of stabilize because you got to prioritize the rotate here pretty shortly. Got to get Lorena healthy on the Mirage. That invisible res can go crazy here in endgame. So see how Temper approaches this. That was a good job getting away though by that duo. But here they go. They're gonna swing out. Duo trying to take height.
Silver Rain sitting just outside this door has the R301 drained directly above the horizon, the horizon lift, excuse me, gonna come through from the opposing team, and Temper is gonna use it. Temper says, thanks very much for the assist. We're gonna go roofbound here. And just like that, they took height away with force. Calamity will fall. Girls Night Out gonna lose potentially 1. And now Silver just gonna start throwing R301 downrange right across that gap there. You see you and Co still sitting over here. Meow. They've called this circle from the very get-go almost, and you can see even where these rampart walls were earlier, exceptionally close to that end game. You just doing a wonderful job commanding this space.
Yeah, she just does it so well every time. There's only select few women in the scene that can do what she's doing right now. It is not easy to play so separate from your squad like that, especially as a rampart. That's definitely not something I would ever do. As you see a knock come in there from her teammate Shiro, getting a knock in the kill feed. But yeah, no, she's just extremely talented when it comes to that aspect of this game. And just the game sense is just, it's very S tier. Just knowing where teams are at what points in the game. So they're one of the teams I definitely wanted to look out for here tonight.
Another team definitely keeping an eye on going to be the Dumb Cats, which I always feel bad saying because, you know, I don't think cats are dumb, but I mean, we have to say it, Dumb Cats. So Dumb Cats now getting ready to move in from this northern side, a commanding position in this next zone. Once this does close, G7 shots coming through from Ellie, going to do a wonderful job connecting most of those. But the Newcastle wall does come down, and Temper's going to be getting ready to take this fight outside.
Dude, I've been plugged in on the Temper fight with Meow right now, and Temper is going to go down. The third-party help coming in from Dumb Cats really saved the day for Meow right there, because Kara was going crazy with the EVA 8 trying to get that $50. Here, she got a couple. No, it was pretty intense to watch, but now that they got the help they needed there, Meow, they're still up now. You know, this is not a team you want to fight in endgame. This is going to be definitely at a disadvantage for a lot of teams, because that Rampart diff is just it's gonna play a role. These teams don't have the ability to drop walls and get, you know, cover in random places, but they have the bubble. And here they go. Dumb Cats pushing in. Gonna be fighting Meow here. Trading knocks. There goes Neo. Neo goes down. Shiro the last one up. Maple doing a great job per usual with that Mastiff. The stick going crazy. Looking for the last kill here on Shiro. Nora going down. Shiro, I think, is this a 1v1 mess?
I'm pretty sure this is going to be a 1v1 here, and it's going to be Maple trying to clean this up and able to do it. The Dumb Cats take game 1. Wow.
Beautiful job by Dumb Cats there. They were able to collect a lot of KP, too, before they took that fight with Meow. That was a great job. They third-partied the Temper fight with Meow. It took those kill points away from them and saved Meow's life, realistically. They got Meow second place there. But, nonetheless, they were able to pick up that KP, and then, you know, the shotguns were going crazy for Nora, Elian, and Maple there.
Yeah, a very, very big game 1 there for the Dumb Cats, and super excited to see where things are going to end up here after game number 1. We're going to send it over to the leaderboard. We're going to take a little break on the desk, and we'll be back very shortly with game number 2 here on Stormpoint in Ladies Night.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not real.
All right, Rhino, what an exceptional game number 1 there. I mean, we watched the Dumbcats really play that one effectively, slowly, just beneath that Stormcatcher POI, taking down the likes of Meow. No easy feat, period. But congratulations to Dumbcats coming out on game 1. Any other call-outs you have from that first game?
No shock, really. There's no shock of what happened at the end there, but I really like the way that that Meow was able to play that ring. I know they only came in second, but they played so spread apart there that whole time, you know, grabbing their spots in zone so early on. It's very good job. Very good job. But obviously the winners took the cake there.
Yeah. That they did. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, I think, is what the correct saying is. But we'll definitely keep an eye on Dumbcats as we do move through here in game number 2. Reminder that we are playing 2 games here on Stormpoint. We're going to move over, play 2 games on World's Edge, and then we will come back. We'll do 1 more on Stormpoint and then 1 more on World's Edge. Kind of split up the evening a little bit, give the girls a little bit of time to get accustomed to, you know, maybe it's been a little while. You know, Yusaki, for example, I'm pretty sure it was, or Shiro, excuse me, spent a little bit of time in Marvel Rivals today, playing a little bit of ranked. Almost missed the first game, so maybe needed a little bit of time to warm up, and maybe we see a different result here in game number 2 as we do see that first ring pull up towards that northwest corner. And wow, my goodness gracious, the next ring, round number 2, that's going to be one hell of a northern pull. Dark Zero Eve way down here. Devastated Coast, or excuse me, not Devastated Coast, Echo HQ going to have one hell of a rotation.
Yeah, they're gonna have a long way to go, but this fits their play style. They want to play edge anyway, so don't be surprised if they try to rotate through Devastated Coast and take that third party over at Launchpad. Excuse me, over at Launchpad. I could see that happening and rotating in that direction. Because if you look at the map, you do see you and company making their way over there. But they could take the easy 3v3, not easy. I mean, like, have to worry about a third party and just push through Pylon side and take that 3v3 over there. With Team Saint and Nessie. So they have options. But I don't hate this spring pull for them. I really don't.
No, especially like you said. I mean, this is going to fit their play style very, very well. Kind of let them play the edge, whether they want it to head over to the western side towards that down beast rotation, head over towards Stormcatcher. We can definitely expect to see Dark Zero Weave take a couple fights here as they move through, but doesn't look like they're going to move over just yet and take on the likes of Meow. Meow just going to take their time and move through Devastated Coast and move on up into this zone. Girls Night Out taking this Launchpad POI. I think we all expect every single game, I feel like, on Stormpoint, that Kieto is just down here at this Launchpad or Devastated Coast. Not in the lobby with us, totally okay. You know, maybe we'll get him in next month, but Girls Night Out just taking their time, going through, picking up some of this loot as we see Scooby spinning the nice fancy Raptor Claw, the brand new heirloom in Apex Legends. That wasn't even a plug. I actually just really enjoy the Raptor Claw. It's much easier to use. It's I don't know, it feels better in your hands.
Yeah, I got it in one. I opened 5 packs for that last when the event came out, and I got it in my 5th pack. So, I didn't have to get the shards. I didn't have to buy the event, so I got lucky with that. So I used it all the time. It does look like we have fighting happening on the map, Maz. It's gonna be over at Cenote Cave. It's gonna be Team Roar going after it right now, with the likes of EVG. Incept is broken. Some good shots coming in there from Killzone Girl. On the top side on the Mirage. Good angle looking down here on the squad of Roar, but taking their own damage as well. They have ults down, bubble coming in here from Mira. You gotta be patient. Don't swing down and force something that would not go well for you. You know, this is not a easy fight to take, even though they have the high ground advantage. Because this is what will happen here, as you see Instep getting an angle. She is gonna go down though. Killzone Girl with a massive knock there with the flat line, but the quick res coming in here from Jen. Jen gonna try to pull up Instep. Gonna need to get some quick heals down. They have the Halo up. The Halo is up, so those quick heals are gonna come in hot. This is massive reset coming in from Roar.
Huge reset for Roar.
You gotta be a little bit more. You gotta be a little bit more aggressive there, I think. I think you got to make that push. You got to make that push a little bit quicker. You could have probably got that full kill at least, as now they are taking a lot of damage in return here. And the team they're fighting is not going to wait for them to get healthy in these bubbles. They're going to take the bubble fight. They're going to take the Halo fight. They're going to continue to grab angles. Now they're putting themselves in the position of the high ground. A beautiful fight coming in here for the likes of Roar. Even after losing Instep early, Instep gets a knock, Bank gets a knock. On the high ground is Jen. Jen looking down, goes down, but ooh! Mara Magenta almost getting the clutch up there with the devotion, taking down Banks and Jen, but Instep able to clean it up and get the reset. And wow, EVG looked like they were having that fight there for a minute, Maz, but like I said, they took a little bit too long to get aggressive and they let the reset happen and unfortunately lost the positioning, lost the high ground, and they relied a little bit on their gun skill a little too much there and they didn't have to.
Yeah, I mean that was a really close fight there out of EVG to get that break onto Instep, like you'd said. I mean, to let them reset was almost catastrophic. That flatline out of Killzone Girl it did so much damage, especially to take down one of the powerhouse players like that. But hey, it's only game 2. It's only game 2. You know what to not do going into game number 3+. So a big fight there and a big win for Roar XD in the early stages of this round 1 closure. Did see Bingus taking a little bit of an action fight here up against Winx, but Winx able to relocate, get themselves situated, and as of right now, no need to go too crazy.
Yeah, a lot of teams are projecting for a ring pull heading down towards Command Center's side, so they're going to be in for a rude awakening here when this ring pull does actually happen. Only 3 teams right now in the upper part of the map area, so curious to see how those teams they got like what 3 teams over at Command Center with SSG not too far away either, so they're gonna walk into each other eventually. Maybe not though, but they should be getting into some brawls there on the edge once this ring pull happens.
Down on the southwestern side, again, you mentioned a lot of teams expecting this southern zone here, and I mean we've got 3 different teams right in this area. Roar XD, we've got Astral, and we've got Temper, all getting ready to take part in a little 3-way battle here down in this. We're just outside Cenote Cave, kind of in this no-name hill area, just outside Mill, and I mean right now Temper moving into this zone, and they're looking to really take a fight here against Roar XD, and Instep does know they're there.
How do you feel about this charge rifle buff here, bro? It's kind of funny.
It's not bad if I'm using it. If it's not bad if it's on my team. If I'm getting shot with it, I hate it. It's the worst update they've ever made. But I mean, it does offer what I feel at least a hop-up should be doing. And I know Nicewig was kind of going over this earlier during international scrims, how when you do have a gold hop-up that you can attach to these guns, they should be rare, but this is what they should do. I mean, 60, 73, 62. I mean, that was borderline catastrophic there out of Banks, and I'm pretty sure we would have saw that clip on Twitter if that turned into a down.
Yeah, it was looking like it was going to happen there for a second, but yeah, some of these players who are just phenomenal as it was, with the Sentinel, with the Kraber, with the longbow. I mean, back in the day when the charge rifle was what it was, and it was OP as hell, and everybody was using it, and now it's back into that pool, and a lot of these players are now going to be good with any of these long-range guns, and if you're able to get that hop up on the charge rifle, especially with the Loba off drop, getting her ultimate right away, it's a game changer. It's a difference maker, especially if you hit your shots, because it works close range just as well as a shotgun. So, I mean, I've seen some clips here and there. I haven't played too much of it, but I've seen a lot of clips on Twitter recently of these 1v3s with the charge rifle as a shotgun. So, I don't know. We'll see how it affects the comp style play here. As this is the first one for us on the women's side, but I mean, I've seen a lot of the ALGS scrims happening, and there's a lot of charge rifle action happening over there, and it's definitely changing the way the game's played.
100%. I mean, I think we can all agree that if we blame Monsoon collectively for this, charge rifle buff, I think we'll all sleep a little better at night. But excited to see that play out a little bit more. On board with Winx currently. They're just taking their time on the southeastern side of this next zone, going through and getting a couple different assets. It looks like we do have 2 players here from console, so a little bit of a disadvantage from them. Moving over from that potential, the console aim assist that you are used to, that .06 numeric, moving over to PC, playing on a .04 aim assist. So even just that little minute difference in pull could play a factor here, but we'll keep an eye on Winx. Winx ended the last game in a 10th place tie between 3 different teams, actually, with 2 points. So definitely looking to go a little bit further into this, pick up a few more placement points, maybe a couple extra KP sprinkled on top. But we'll keep an eye out for Winx here as this next zone. I mean, you can see where this is going in E-Kittens right now. They're dead center circle. You couldn't get more accurate.
Yeah, and that's the IGLing over there from Ellie. Ellie is a phenomenal IGL. You also have some great teammates there with Nora and Maple, so this is not a surprise to me whatsoever. So Ellie do it with Bunny Core all last season in the Queen's Cup, and it's transitioning once again here into 2025. I'm curious to see if she can also improve her ring calls to an even next, like a further level, so definitely no surprise here for me seeing Dumbcats already in a great spot as we head into round number 3.
And it does look like we've also got Roar XD joining over on the western side of this next circle. Banks still has that charge rifle in hand. Over on the northeastern side, the Ferrari POI. I know nobody picked this in the POI draft chat. I'm just as upset. But Bingus, they are over here currently, and you're going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of loot. We got a blue bolt on Sammy Joe's PK, and we'll see what that can do.
Sammy's here today. I like it. Okay. Risen Rose, unfortunately, had to step away from women's comp. So Sammy, I believe, is a free agent right now. She is extremely good at this game. And she's very well known in the comp scene. Vino, I think Vino is going to be a free agent too. I don't think Ness is playing comp anymore. So, that Risen Rose roster was stacked top to bottom. So curious to see where these players land here. I know Sammy's subbing in here for Bingus tonight, but, I don't know. Watch out for Sammy Joe. See what team she goes to. I know she's going to want to get back into it once it starts getting to go again.
Nice little 30-30 hit there from Crit. Crit, again, the newer player here to the Pink Fluffy Tacos. Going to be playing that Loba. Here comes the ultimate. Going to put down that black market. And by the way, the black market allowing you to pick up unlimited small heals is probably my favorite thing to happen to Apex Legends to really mix shit up in quite a long time, because no longer am I in late game screaming to my ranked teammates that I have no heals. Don't worry. Here's a black market. Take them all.
Yeah. A lot happening on the edge right now, man. I've seen the kill feed there. We got Temper, Dark Zero Eve, and it looks like Girls Night Out going after her right now on the edge. Jace is knocked there by Kara. Kara gets the knock with the Arc Star, but no fair. Mirage is here. The Invisible Ult would be, Invisible Res would be pretty big here, but the push up from Temper comes very quickly as they get their full kill. Now Dark Zero Eve is going to be in a tough spot. They were trying to take down Girls Night Out here on their rotate, doing what we talked about earlier, taking teams out on the edge. And now they're going to put themselves in the middle of two teams, and down they go. They get taken out there. Girls Night Out, clean up 2 of them with the help of Temper. And now Temper is going to try to clean this up and get some more KP here for themselves. That's Silver Rain. Everybody using shotguns, trying to get that $50. Love to see it. The tap strafing going crazy. And Girls Night Out go down. Renee gets 2 of those kills, but she was eliminated before they were finalized, so she's not going to collect any KP from that. But Silver Rain does pick up 1 there for Temper, and Temper once again doing a great job here in game number 2.
Yeah, Temper just kind of having a run of the lobby right now and doing spectacular at it, taking these fights with such strategy and precise action. There's a very big difference between, just taking a fight kind of uncontrolled or knowing exactly where your teammates are going to be. And once Temper, they've built up such a team chemistry, and you can see it play out here in almost every single team fight. But we are on board with Saint Nessies currently. They're sitting underground, probably one of my least favorite areas to sit. But sometimes that's the way the RNG works, and you have to hang out underground for a little bit. A couple good grenades in here are going to be a catastrophe for Saint Nessie, as on the other side of that door, Roar XD.
There it is, the Newcastle wall. Flying in is going to be Jen. Banks going to advance ahead of it. Try to get a knock here on the opposing Newcastle. I hear Sheila out. Sheila's going to go down. Rampart gets knocked. Banks going crazy, gets 2 knocked here. And St. Nessies gets eliminated there with the aggressive play coming in from Jen with the Newcastle wall. Banks goes in hot with the charge rifle, just spamming the thing. It's unbelievable the power that charge rifle has right now. Has an EVA 8, but insists to swing in with the charge rifle. But then she cleans it up with that EVA. It gets 2 of those kills. Phenomenal job by Roar XD. They realized that the team's a little passive. They were a little nervous there in that fight. And Jen capitalized with that Newcastle slam and really just kind of put the skill diff on display as they continue to pepper. Banks is just, oh my goodness. The charge rifle is just silly. Gets 2 cracks. I'm sorry you changed off there, but it's just, this is unbelievable. Here they go. They're going to swing this too, Maz. They're going to get aggressive once again. On the height is going to be Banks. Going to get backside now right with the gold EVA. And this should be an easy fight for Roar to take. They just got to worry about the range shots coming in from opposing teams. And there it is, the swing coming in from Banks. The Rampart walls are down.
Jen going to be pushing in. Jen does have this Mastiff in hand. The mobile shield comes out, and Jen going to be able to capitalize on 1. Hits for 108 on another. Incept able to take down Alley. And now we are down here. RoarXD almost falling. E-Kittens will be eliminated. Incep does become your current kill leader with 4. Has that Kraber in her back pocket. Excited to see if that thing's going to ring out here shortly. But they are now taking fire from SSG. And SSG, like I said earlier, they're flocked and loaded. They're ready to go, and they're pushing in now. SSG able to do a little bit of damage. I believe they almost broke Incep there, and Morgie Pie's going to throw this in quick.
Oh, let's go, Morgie. Morgie cooking. Swinging in hot with the R301. Gets a knockout. Incep has an angle here as well on the Mirage. Almost gets a crack. Teammate gonna swing in. Wants to get her full kill there on Incep. Grabs it. Kraber out of play now that SSG's got the opportunity to pick it up. And it's a great game here from SSG. They're playing very patiently, collecting their kills when they can. Using the charge rifle to their advantage. The 62's going in there for Morgie Pie once again. SSG. That's what they. We saw a fight earlier in this round. You know, we saw a team suffer from not getting aggressive enough. SSG doing a great job recognizing that and going in on Incep and getting that knockout full kill and taking over this spot in ring here is a phenomenal job by SSG.
Yeah, they really took this fight with kind of an aggression we didn't see from them in game number 1, but doing a wonderful job here in game number 2. Almost keeping this team in zone. They will have to just barely sit in these trenches, and then, I mean, there's not going to be a lot of room for them to move here. But SSG has their exact locations. Is Temper going to be that team they were taking shots at?
Yep.
So Temper now just sitting underground, nice and cozy. We got 5 squads left. All 3 members of each team up, though. So no solos, no duos. Just going to be a nice 3v3v3v3. I think I said that 5 times. Black Market comes out, and Temper knows it's up there, but not going to do anything with it just yet. And I mean, we also got to talk about going invisible while healing. I mean, we love the Mirage update.
Yeah,
and seeing it in comp is just you forget stuff like this gets put into the game until you see it in a comp setting sometimes. So Temper just going to take their time.
They're going to swing that though. I think they have to. I don't think they have a choice. Well, unless they swing this team on the right. But I think they're going to try to take this fight with SSG. They hit the shots coming in from other angles for other teams fighting. They know there's only 4 of the teams. And this is not, it's not as scary as a fight as it might look. You have the ability to, do they have Newcastle Wall? They do. They have Newcastle Wall, they have the Halo, they have the Mirage all. They're definitely going to get aggressive here with SSG as they see the advance card happen now. Because they do have ring priority here. SSG is not as safe as Temper is. And it looks like SSG left. They left scene already. And they're fighting other team. Morgie with a knock. I mean, it's good for them to not get in the fight with Temper, but now Temper's gonna be able to clean this up from range there. But you see SSG does go down. Kitty Rat with the 1v3. That might be the clip right there, Maz. Gets three PK shots. We'll see what happens at the end of the tournament there. I think we missed that one, but Temper moving in. Let's see what happens.
That was it was a good push there out of SSG. Unfortunately, they kind of went around the rocks a little bit wide from each other and fell apart as they got over to the other side of that big rock. But Temper was definitely doing exactly what you said. They were getting ready to push in there with some aggression, but now they're getting shot in the back from the area that they were, the area they rotated from towards the SSG fight. So now Temper just going to be putting this wall down exactly as you saw Carl there. That spam ping's come through. Another Newcastle wall going to come through, and I believe that Newcastle wall landed with some high ground advantage. That's going to be Bingus taking this high ground. Thermites come out from Sammy Joe. A beautiful frag going to do a little bit of damage. That Mirage, poor Sammy got a little lost in the sauce there. Not sure which Mirage it was, but Temper comes out on top. Huge, huge fight for Temper.
That is disgusting. Wow, Mirage is meta. Mirage might be the strongest character in the game right now. Holy cow. That is tough to fight. That is not an easy fight to take. Paired with the Lifeline Newcastle as well as visible healing. You got 2 decoys. You got your ultimate you can drop as well. Like, wow, Mirage is... I'm impressed. I'm impressed with what they did to Mirage. I'm not going to lie.
You heard it here first, everyone. Rhino confirmed a Mirage main now in rank, so you'll see it shortly. You'll see it shortly. Temper just going to take their time and reset here. We've got 3v3v3. Everyone's locked, loaded, ready to go. Looks like, who do we got here? We got Dumb Cats, Temper, and Trixies. I like this. I like this a lot. Trixies coming off of probably a game they wanted a little bit more points on. You know, they were in with that tie for 10th place in that first game. Temper, of course, sitting in 3rd. They did have 20 points, and the Dumb Cats, they did win. So we do have 2 of the previous top 3s, as well as a team that, you know, would like to make a little bit of a statement as we see Maple put 119 down range with this charged Sentinel, this amped up Sentinel, excuse me. You know, we want to use correct terminology here.
Yeah, that team's going to be in trouble here. Dumb Cats should be able to pick up all those kills. They're gonna be stuck in that tunnel. That ring is gonna hurt. Dumb Cat's gonna have to use Cat Wall to rotate in. I mean, look where they're playing from though. They've been there the whole time. What a phenomenal job by Ellie to call that ring pull. Playing out of that broken down area, being able to move out armory. Excuse me, broken down armory. And here they go. Yeah, this team is in trouble here. This is not good. This is not good for Trixies. This is gonna be free KP for one of these two teams. Dumb Cat's gonna prioritize the KP. They might die because of it. As the shots are coming in, a phenomenal Newcastle wall coming in from Trixies on the bottom side, and down goes Ellie. Down goes Ellie. Woman gets a knockdown Ellie, but the quick res coming in from Maple on the Newcastle. Temper's gonna recognize this. They're gonna probably swing on the right side here and get behind the legs of Dumb Cats. This is gonna be tough. That Catalyst wall is gonna go down. Here comes the Newcastle. Here comes the Gibby. Here comes the lifelines. This is gonna be a good endgame here, Mez.
This is going to be an absolute heater as we do see Dumb Cats getting ready to shoot up over this Newcastle wall. Going to get the break on the other Gibby. Now Temper, I think right now in the position to really win this. Let these two teams kind of duke at each other since they do have LOS on each other. You see Dumb Cats eliminated, and just like that, I mean, Temper, all they did is kind of shoot forward there. Yeah,
they watched that all unfold.
They really did. They really did.
That was a surprising push there coming in from the Cats. Dumb Cats swinging on the backside like that through zone. With the Cat goo on the ground too. That's a tough swing.
That is.
But
it is.
They played for second, took it at a different angle than I would have. But I mean, obviously, I don't play this game like that, so I don't really matter when it comes to that opinion. But you know, they end up getting third, and they won game one, so they should be fine though, standing wise.
Yeah, they absolutely should. And we're gonna head over to a quick break here, get set up for game number 3. We will be moving over to World's Edge very shortly, so bear with us, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody. Game 3 on the horizon here. We've officially moved over to World's Edge. You will notice a couple duos here in the lobby. Saint Nessie does look like they're going to have one DC. Astral had their DC prior to the lobby starting. Just as a note, we will restart if we do get more than one DC. But it does look like we've only got the one for the time being, so we're going to kick things off here. Game number 3, we're on World's Edge. Any of these POIs, Rhino, you're feeling exceptionally lucky about?
Climatize is always fun. It's always a good POI to have. We'll see how that gets played out there. I mean, I'm a fan of Lava Fisher, so we'll see how they play out of Lava Fisher. Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm gonna be honest, on the draft, looking at these drops right now, is probably PFT. They're gonna have the opportunity to loot Big Maud. And we talked about it last night, the potential of Temper kind of like separately landing and taking Big Maud away from PFT. They did not do that, the Geyser. Depending on how this ring ends up going, they potentially could go over there anyway and get into that fight with PFT at some point. But PFT, as of right now, have a nice clean shot at looting both Stags and Big Maud. So, not bad. Not a bad deal there.
Not bad at all. I mean, considering the fact they also get hot zone here in the very first round of the very first game here on the map, I think they're setting themselves up for success. I mean, once you get over towards Big Maud and you start getting some of those fully kitted guns and rotate in, knowing that you do have a team in Geyser that you may just have to watch out for. PFT could just be playing this a little slow, but it doesn't seem like they're so much playing it slow as they're just making sure they're happy with their kits before they leave. And I think that's a wise choice out of PFT, knowing that they've got a relatively clear area here. Keeping an eye up on this Climatizer area, we do see Lady here from Profits. I said it wrong again, Rhino. I said Profits this time.
Prophetess.
Yeah, I know
Prophetess.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
One day we even talked about this before broadcast chat. I swear we did. But Prophetess here, they had that epicenter POI. They could have rotated up towards Climatizer, opting not to for the time being, which I think probably the right play as of right now. Just making sure that you can get everything you need, get down into that next zone safely. And they've already started that rotation down. Looks like they're heading down towards Fragment, as we do potentially see a fight over here at staging. The POI Rhino just could not stop talking about during the draft. It was one of those POIs that he felt very strongly somebody should have grabbed, and we did have somebody move over to staging it very, very quickly, and that's going to be the likes of Dumb Cats, the team that took first in game number 1 and I believe third in game number 2. So we'll see what they can do here in game 3.
Yeah, you kittens, the other team rotating in, trying to get the beacon scan here that Mirage can all of a sudden do as well, which is insane. That's actually funny. Why is he able to scan beacons? Oh man, I missed out on a lot here taking my little break. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. When the Pathfinder go with like a key card or something, the guy is just able to do everything. This guy is insane. He's insane. He's like the final boss in your N64 video games. That's just ridiculous, dude. That's just ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
I saw somebody in your chat welcome him to the Marvel Universe, and I think that's a great way to put that. Over here, real quickly, I did just see Prophetess going to be taking on Bingus. See Sammy Joe will fall here up top of this bootleg Garfield plushie. I know, it's a tongue twister. Just holding that Mastiff, the opposing Halo ring down right now. That's going to be Steffi for Prophetess. Going to be putting in some damage here using that Nemesis. Not a lot of energy ammo to work with. Able to pick up the full kill, and SSG will fall. Top right of the screen. That'll be our 16th place team here in game number 3. But Prophetess still pushing up here. Can we make this Eva sing? We will not be able to. Prophetess will be eliminated. Bingus comes out on top.
Prophets there. They did what they could. They got a little aggressive, a little too soon. They had the knock on Sammy. They got the full kill on Sammy, so they tried to use that as a reason to move in and be more aggressive. But they had to fight against the wall there. Gibby, especially with an EVA 8 as well. So not an easy push. They were able to get some damage, but Bingus doing a great job. Got to get Sammy back here as well. So a little reset coming in on top of the hill. Got some boxes to play with and get a little bit of a reset. No third party intimate right now. So they should be set here for a nice stabilization reset method happening outside of Epicenter Fragment.
And also, just north of Monument, we're just outside of Fragment. We do have Roar XD getting ready to move into the city. That's Trixie's on the receiving end of this. Just a cricket. It's not really a cricket. We don't allow crickets to play. It's nothing against them, but they're not playing tonight, I promise. Trixie's going to be getting ready. Take this Mastiff fight inside. The gimme bubble does come down. It is friendly, going to be able to take down Incep, so Roar XD will be down to 2. Banks is relatively low on flesh heal right now. Going to have to back up just for the time being. Trixie's also taking some time to reset, get themselves situated. And it looks like, I believe that's Jen on the other side there. Valiosa using that G7. Try and do just a little bit of that entry damage, and it looks like for the time being, Roar XD going to actually back out of this fight and split apart for probably a little bit more than they would have liked. Trixie's able to hold on for the time being.
Yeah, that's a good job by Trixie's there, separating Incep away from the duo of Banks and Jen there. They really put Incep in a tough spot inside. She went in really hot. She's known to do that. She likes to get overly aggressive. That's why this team right here, they all do. That's why they fit so well together. But you know, Incep not on the Wraith, you know, like she used to be able to phase away, but now on the Lifeline. Unfortunately, had to go up against 3 Mastiffs inside that building with the Catalyst goo on the doors, separating her team, and paid the price. But no issue. It's still early, round 1 closing. Only 12 teams left, so they shouldn't really have to worry about too many teams waiting for them at Crafters to get the reset. They should be okay here for that.
Down towards the southern side, we're just north of the tree POI. Darkseer Weave going to be rotating into zone, heading all the way up towards Harvester. It looks like they'll be safe right up there. And once again, you know, we see Dark Zero playing this edge-style gameplay, taking their time, getting in, looting, and, I mean, willingly taking any fights they'll find along the way. But I'm pretty sure they're the only team on the bottom side of the map. Jumping up to the northern side real quickly, it's going to be Trixie's versus Dumb Cats, and they're getting ready to kick things off inside.
The Dumb Cats starting this fight off with a couple knocks from Ellie, and they got to clean up Trixie's rather easily there. Dumb Cats doing a good job swinging in. They probably heard those gunshots when they were fighting Banks and company, and Dumb Cats took advantage of the situation. Now they got to grab pretty much all of Fragment to themselves right now as they wait for this next ring pull. But a phenomenal job once again. They've just been playing so well here tonight.
They certainly have. In Survey Camp, another fight breaking out here is going to be Girls' Night Out. We've watched them fry for a little while here as we do see Meow getting ready to fall, so we're going to be trying to get away, just stay alive. That's the goal here for Team Meow, and right now in a 1v3 situation makes it exceptionally hard. Yusaki will fall in the kill feed. Girls' Night Out right now really commanding this. I do see a Seer in comp, though. I thought we banned that, so we'll have to make sure to do that for the next year.
Yeah, Seer on the comp floor is interesting, but Mirage going invisible here real quickly to get some cells off. I mean, it's just a strong character. I still can't believe it, but Yusaki down, Neo down. Meow gonna have to play it small. Shiro pretty solid at this, really talented at playing as a solo. Seen her win games as a solo, so curious to see how she approaches this next couple rounds. But a good job there by Girls' Night Out, honestly. A very good job, good fight to take. They had the height advantage. They pushed down on top of them and put them in a awkward position and won the fight.
That they did. E-Kittens now commanding this southern side of the survey camp, calling out somebody up near that respawn beacon. Can't imagine anyone's going to be going for the respawn. Like the likes of Meow, it's going to be Girls' Night Out directly up there, and they're going for a rotation, giving themselves a little bit of height advantage here, and that's exactly what's going to be happening. Girls' Night Out going to be jumping up against Roar XD. They were able to get Incep back into game. However, Banks now in trouble as Banks does fall. Scooby with the Eva 8 doing wonders. That G7, a little bit of a slide there. Valiosa caught a touch off guard. Incep now able to just get away for the team and hold on, keeping Roar XD. They're bleeding, but they're not down and out just yet.
No, they can reset once again here. You already see Incep heading over to the Crafter. That push did not go the way they thought it would, as good Girls' Night Out are cooking here on World's Edge. The momentum is definitely swung here with Roar XD. They have to get another reset, second one of the game. They have to switch to an edge team right now, which is not going to be easy to do with where they're coming from. They got people looking at them now as we speak. That'll be Temper over on the bridge, but the res is going to come off. They're going to get a reset. Curious to see how they get out of this situation. They got a lot of teams to go through to get into zone.
Yeah, and I mean, Temper just playing the way that they have all night long. I mean, even in a bad game, you know, Temper's going to do well. And watching the potential Roar XD roster just run towards that Temper team, Gonna be rough to see here, but Temper, they might have their eyes drained on somebody else for the time being. Temper gonna be up against the likes of Girls Night Out. I mean, the team you just mentioned, playing exceptionally well here on World's Edge. Can only imagine things are gonna get better in the next game.
I mean, take a look at that, the map, Maz. I mean, the teams are calling for a survey camp zone. It looks like the ring may pull that way. But Girls Night are gonna take the chance and try to call the zone this way, and then see if they can hold this building. But yeah, they're playing really well here in game number 3.
Dark Zero Weave has moved into zone. Renee able to pick up 1 KP so far. Looks like they're going to be up. I believe that was Saint Nessie, because they did. I'm pretty sure I saw Renee take down Succubus, and unfortunately, you know, Saint Nessie losing a player here in game number 3. We'll be back for game number 4, but I think Forcev going to be able to get out of here and get themselves a nice little reset, keeping the hopes here for Saint Nessie alive. Saint Nessie sitting down in 13th with 3 points, so looking to add a couple placement points potentially, and I think right now that's going to be the hard spot for Saint Nessie. You know, Dark Zero, just 3 Dark Zero players versus a solo, that's going to be a hard fight to win any day of the week.
Yeah, there was no way Dark Zero was going to let them run away and get a reset. That's just not part of their memoir. So no surprise there, seeing Dark Zero push that solo, get them out of the game. They'll let the reset happen. But meanwhile, we do see the push coming in from Girls Night Out. They're going to make a play here on Temper. And this is potentially a game-winning fight here on the high ground on the bridge.
Good push there from Calamity to take high ground, force the Newcastle off, able to break the Mirage, gets the Mirage down to Flesh. Oof. Also able to take down Silver Rain. So right now, Calamity doing a wonderful job of taking Girls Night Out just a little bit further into this game, really commanding one of the powerhouse teams here in the likes of Temper. I mean, Temper's just done so darn well all night long. And to see them kind of struggling now here against Girls Night Out, I mean, you can only heal so quickly as you back up. And right now, Girls Night Out should be able to clean this up.
Wow, great job there from Girls Night Out. Phenomenal job. Taking down Temper is no easy feat. And the beams were going crazy there for Calamity with the R301. I mean, just a strong showing there from Calamity and company.
You know, every once in a while, there's a team that makes me want to learn mouse and keyboard again. You know, really get better at it, put in the aim training. And I tell you, watching Girls Night Out, even on some of these simple movements, you know, like wall bounce around a corner, just using those in-game mechanics, the ability to kind of create confusion among your opponents, it is so effective and so helpful. And you can see it here in Girls Night Out.
Yeah, I'm liking this new team too. I'm not familiar with their game, but I'm very impressed thus far, for sure. As you see PFT going down your kill feed, you see once again Valiosa going down your kill feed. Now they're running into Team Meow, who got a reset, I guess, right? Because Shero was the only one up there, and so they get their reset. But Girls Night Out making another fight here. They're pushing up again. This is crazy. Another fight. They're pushing Meow.
Ooh, a nice little Arc Star stick there. You know, they just added that little notification, so you know when you're stuck now. Calamity doing a wonderful job pushing in, using that R301, has the Eve 8 in the back pocket, but man, Girls Night Out, like you said, just really taking all these fights. Meow now in trouble, but able to take down Scooby, so Meow not completely done.
Nice swap coming in there from Calamity. Calamity in a 1v1 against Mirage. This is going to be tough. They're running one of the more unique comps right now. One support legend. The invisibility, I mean, just 2 Mirages in your face right now. Like, the panic is just unreal. To be able to stay calm in a situation like this is it's next level right now in Apex. And then they all comes down on your face. You have to predict where they are, and it's just impossible. It's almost impossible. I mean, geez, it's impossible. And Cheryl, once again, clutches it up. We're going to get a reset here for her team and bring them back into the game. Just a phenomenal 1v1 win there from Shero on the Mirage, utilizing her abilities to the maximum there. Went invisible to heal, popped a couple of decoys in Calamity's face, dropped the ult in her face. The ult's already at 84%. It's just unbelievable what Mirage can do here.
I'm actually watching the Mirage ult right now tick up at more than 1% of time. I just saw it tick up at like 2%, and now it's done. So Mirage might be the play. You know, I might be a Mirage main after this as well, because my goodness, the confusion is just next level here. Team Meow doing a wonderful job. We've got 6 squads left in the lobby. One of them, of course, being Dark Zero Eve, who I'm truly feeling is going to start to find their footing here on the World's Edge side of things. You know, right now they are sitting down in 9th. They have 9 points. That's no problem whatsoever. They've got a little bit of a mountain to climb, but if there's a team in the lobby that could do it, I mean, Dark Zero with the combination of Jace, that's going to be the team to keep an eye on in this late game.
Renee's got a Kraber too.
And that, I mean, that's worst case scenario. Worst case scenario for any team that's gonna, you know, play a little peekaboo here. 1,500 damage for Renee, a Kraber already, an Eva in the back pocket, and borderline in zone. They will have a little bit of an advantage, because I do believe that was a duo. My goodness gracious!
Renee! Oh, what a shot with the Kraber. Gets the heady on Erica and takes out one of Astral. Astral, I believe, is only a duo, correct, Maz? Yes. And
yes.
That's tough. That's tough. And she's got eyes on it once again. She tried to project that shot on the Newcastle. Okay, gets it. Knock on Erica again. The Newcastle's going to be in trouble now, playing behind the wall. I mean, this is not a situation you want to be in. Renee, some beautiful shots with the Kraber. He's probably going to try to swing it on this. But Jace is going to clean it up as the bubble comes down for Renee to grab this loot. And some great shots there. Some great shots. The ring pulls down to them too. This is great situation for Dark Zero Eve right now.
E-Kittens directly below Dark Zero Eve. You hear the Kraber ring, and it's a terrifying sound. Jim Split's going to take the receiving end of that. Able to get some heals up relatively quickly. E-Kittens situated in a tough spot down bottom here of this little, I guess, construction area outside Epicenter. It's not really that friendly unless you've got a lot of close range. And, I mean, even the G7 hipfire, it's not the most accurate gun you could have. It's better than nothing, but it's definitely not as accurate as you would like for these close quarter fights, as we do see E-Kittens moving inside bottom of Epicenter. They're just going to be trying to find what their next play is, as we've got teams fighting down bottom and up top. We'll keep an eye on both as we can, but E-Kittens, for the time being, they will hold off this onslaught.
E-Kittens doing a good job playing up the bottom side there. As you do see Dumb Cats go down your kill feed. Meow clean up that fight on the top side. They're going to get third party though by Bingus. But, you know, Dark Zero Eve is going to have to get to this fight now. They're going to realize that they have the opportunity to push in. The bubble's down. Renee has thermites in her hand, ready to throw them in. Kraber and Eva 8. This is a clean 3v3 here. The third party is going to take a while to come in. They have to recognize that, but it is a Mirage on the inside of that building, and it's not going to be easy to fight a Mirage inside a little closed area as they're looking for entry damage. Renee just making sure no one comes in on the backside and interrupts this 3v3. And you do see Sammy going crazy in the kill feed. But here's the Kraber shot. There it is. Renee gets the 140. Jace on the bottom side waiting to make a move. Renee trying to pick and choose which one is the Mirage. Fine, she was right about which one it was. Misses on that shot.
Go figure. She knew exactly which one it was in a field of contenders. No problem there for Renee. At least had the right idea. Going to try and get one more pick here. And that she does. Able to take down Allie. Will she be able to make a second connection here? Going to push up closely with that Eva 8. Gibby Bubble's going to come out. Newcastle wall right in front of her. Eva 8's going to come out here, take on some Catalyst action. Dark Zero Eve really going the distance here in game number 3. And I do believe Renee's going to be able to take down Kaz. Able to do exactly that. Jace will fall, and Renee will have to back up just for a little bit here. Dark Zero Eve only suffering minutely a 1v3.
Yeah, that third party is waiting, though. Then Bingus is going to have a great opportunity here as grenades are going crazy on top of them right now from Bingus. As E-Kittens does go down, Renee was able to get 2 of those kills, but they're not going to be up much longer. As a great job by Sammy as the IGL calling this pull. This would be a huge, massive win here for Bingus as the shots continue to fall down from Kitty. She's going to swing down. Scarred really weak. Jace next up on the deck here for the team of Bingus, and down they go. Dark Zero Eve eliminated. Bingus doing a good job. Getting some help, though, from Shiro on the high ground. The solo trying to get a res off on the Mirage. She's invisible right now. She gets it off in their face. She goes down, but she gets the res. You and Neo are going to be coming back for the 3rd time here. As Sammy does get the knockdown on Shiro. Definitely want to finish this Mirage. Get this Mirage out of the game. Get this Mirage out of the game as the full kill coming in. Then now they have to fight the duo, though. This is not going to be an easy fight. As Yu has a PK off a drop. It's not Kitty, but she gets a knock. She's in a 1v2, 2v1, another knock, but that's not going to be enough as Bingus swings the corner and gets the last 2. Bingus, a phenomenal job there by Sammy as the IGL. The help of Kitty and company on the gunplay. Just it's a great all-around game there from Bingus.
Absolutely insane.
Second time they fought Meow there in that end game. Second, they fought them at the top of the hill, killed 2 of them. Shiro was able to get away and get another reset. And then, you know, Bingus, in that time that was happening, were able to third party the Dark Zero Eve fight on the bottom side. And it was just a great job. It's a great job there by Sammy as the IGL. Impressive. If that's the skill level she brings to this team here, you know, Bingus, 2 former members of Team Witness, you know, they made Queen's Cup finals by the skin of their teeth last season over in the Princess Cup, Queen's Cup. You know, if Sammy is that IGL that they're missing right now, I mean, that was a phenomenal game. That was a phenomenal game, top to bottom by Bingus.
It was a huge game for Bingus. And as we wait for the scores to update, we're going to send everybody on a little break. We're going to be starting the lobby a little bit quicker here, try and get things moving along, keep these girls nice and warm as we move into Game 4 here on World's Edge. We'll be back in just a few with Game number 4, but congratulations to Bingus on a huge Game 3 win.
Just our bodies laying side by side, sinking till we're halfway underground. It's not over, pull me closer, don't let go, not now. This emptiness is more than I can bear. Would you leave it all behind? Rewind, rewind. Would you take me back in time to find peace of mind? Would you leave it all behind? 'Cause I can't keep going like this, never catch a grip. Would you leave it all behind? Rewind. Would you leave it all behind? Cause I can't keep going like this, never catch a grip. Would you leave it all behind? Rewind. Would you leave it all behind? Where did we get lost in this? Those summers I do miss, when we were just 2 kids without a hitch. As soon as our feet hit the ground, we're running out this town. 'Cause we both know there's more to life than this. Would you leave it all behind? Rewind, rewind. Would you take me back in time to find peace of mind? Would you leave it all behind? 'Cause I can't keep going like this, never catch a grip. Would you leave it all behind? Rewind. Would you leave it all behind?
All right, Rhino, we're back here for game number 4, and my good golly, what an exciting game number 3 there for Team Bingus, coming out on top. A huge, huge win for Bingus. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for words. It was a huge win for Bingus. The fact that they were able to barely let that revive get off there at the end. That was a close call there. Meow almost got back into action as a full team of 3.
Yeah, I mean, they just winning that fight on the hill, taking down 2 of Meow, making them attempt the reset, which ended up working for Shero. She had 6 revives that game. But you know, Bingus, they capitalized when they could. You know, Dark Zero E was cooking. They were rolling, but Bingus, Dark Zero E took a little bit too long there to get that fight going with E-Kittens, and it definitely costed them their placement there of second place. Yeah, Bingus, just a phenomenal job there all around. Just curious to see if that momentum continues to roll here into game number 4. I was trying to talk about it earlier, but we got into a fight right away. You know, the momentum shifts on these maps is just it's noticeable, and especially in the women's comp scene, it's definitely noticeable. Some teams are stronger on different maps. Some IGLs are stronger on different maps. So Sammy, very strong IGL here on World's Edge, and it translated in a big way, getting the dub there over some really good teams that are in the standing wise are just they passed Dark Zero Eve after that. They moved all the way up to 4th with a nice 20-point game there. So I mean, they took down Meow, who's only 6 points ahead of them. You know, Dumb Cats and Temper. They took Temper out earlier in the game. They're playing very well right now. So see how that goes into game 4.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about, you know, that transition of, you know, roles into the new map, if you will. I mean, looking back, before we finished game number 3, Dark Zero only had 9 points total. Now they're at 29 points. So you can see that momentum shift really taking place here. But we're going to probably talk about it a couple more times even. But one of the teams we definitely need to just keep an eye on is going to be Temper. You know, right now they did have themselves a pretty substantial lead after game number 1 and game number 2. Did so well on Stormpoint. It's not that they're doing bad here on World's Edge, not at all. But Temper now, a lot of these teams finding their footing on World's Edge. You know, we talked briefly at the top of broadcast, World's Edge has been in comp for some time. So a lot of these teams do have maybe a little bit more experience, even if it's just from ranked, but Temper now only 6 points ahead of second place in Dumb Cats. So the Dumb Cats, they could be the surprise here as we get ready to close in on game number 4. But you know what? Let's make this a little more exciting and see where this next ring is going to go all the way south. Going to go down and cover a little bit of Launch Site, a little bit of Siphon, and speaking of Lava Siphon, Dark Zero Eve coming out of there, and Renee already in the firing range.
Yeah, Renee is just beaming on all cylinders right now. Beautiful shots with the flatline with a 3-time on it. One of the better M&K players we have in comp. That is just phenomenal work there, and they're going to be able to push into this. Put them on more shots coming in from Renee on the bottom side. Scar gets a knock there on Foros. Foros goes down, so Renee now in a 1v1. She's going to try to push up here. PK in hand, bubble play happening, gets the kill. St. Nessie's goes down. Renee with 2 kills, Scar with 1. And that's early KP for them. Last game, they pushed over to that, looking to get into the fight right away, but they were delayed quite a bit. But now that team recognized, you know, they pushed up on them right away and ended up shifting the fight all the way back to tree. So
yeah, it's tough. That was pure confidence out of Renee too. I mean, she was getting shot as she went up the zip line, and she almost like laughed it off. Went up, just waited for that Gibby to come back in bubble, and a PK sealed the deal. I mean, you know, we're I think maybe putting the shotguns a little bit more in some of these players' hands tonight, knowing that there's $50 on the line for the best clip. But I mean, at the end of the day, the Mastiff and the PK both exceptionally powerful. I'm just happy we're done with the Mozambique era.
Yeah, thank God, right? I mean, that's what made me like not want to play the game, was that Mozambique meta. But you know, the Mastiff got kind of strong too. But anyway, yeah, no, the shotgun, it's not terrible. It's strong in every game you play, and every first-person shooter.
Waiting for, let's see, Fragment looks like it's going to kick off here. We got Roar XD up against Bingus, so Bingus looking to defend and potentially go back-to-back. Roar XD did finish in 8th place last game, so they're also looking to do a little bit better. They did such a good job resetting. I felt like we were a little bit of a blender, a little bit of a respawn simulator for a little bit, but now, hopefully this is a kind of more collected, a little bit of a slowed down Roar XD as we do see Valiosa open up these Hemlock shots. Down bottom, we've got the Gibby bubble just beneath. Valiosa going to slide down. Prowler in hand with the select fire on full auto. Not going to be able to make those connections. And now Banks going to go into Mirage confusion mode, and that's going to be it. RoarXD, not the fight they wanted there up against the defending champions in Bingus.
Yeah, Bingus is cooking on all cylinders right now. Sammy's got them playing out of their mind. I like this fit. I really do. But Banks gets away. That Mirage is just so... It's so crazy. Now they're gonna get a reset. Let me look where she pinged. Doesn't look like Temper's in the area, but I don't think she'll get in trouble with them unless they wait. But Temper is on the edge, and they're looking to push into Overlook and get some scans, potentially grab the juice as well. But Banks gonna look for that reset.
Yeah, Banks gonna hopefully. I mean, Temper, if they do spot out a solo, Banks gonna be a little bit of a problem there for poor old Banks playing by her lonesome. Down in top north, Lava Siphon, Darkseer Weave made a quick rotation back to their original POI, and right now it does look like they're on the chase here, and that's going to be Winx trying to survive. Jules Pink going to put down that Newcastle wall, resorting back up into that top Lava Siphon building. Probably the worst little area to control if you're playing, I think it is actually called Control, the LTM. My least favorite spot to come up to. There's normally Watson fences. You know, there's rampart walls. We got all the caustic bags out. And right now, Winx is in that exact situation. You know, they just have to get out of here quickly. And Jules Pink able to do so. And finally finds herself a shield there. Was a little low on that Blue Evo.
Separate, though. A little separated right now. They got to regroup. Dr. Weave is not going to let them just kind of walk away. They're going to continue to push. So this is putting them in a tough spot here. If they cannot gather themselves and use their utility here to stay alive, they're going to get in trouble. They're going to lose one instantly as they see them now. Shots are coming in. See how separate they are. I think they're playing this on purpose. I think they're trying to send one away. They have the support meta going on right now, so they can craft somewhere else. Gonna make Dark Zero Eve pick and choose what they want to do, what fight they want to take. There's no one up there. There's no one at Stacks, no one at Mod. So this should be... This is not... I don't see Dark Zero Eve taking the foot off the gas here anytime soon.
Especially if there's some kill points in it. I mean, Dark Zero, we talked about it. They put up a 20-point game in game number 3. Now just trying to add those KP quickly, and that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, Renee's already got 2. We've got another one there on Scar. So 3 KP already. We're inside the top 15. They've already earned themselves a guaranteed placement point. Great way to start the day, or a gateway to start the game. A nice little 4-point game for Dark Zero Eve, but I agree. I thought they were for sure going to keep their foot on the gas there, but I think they realized the split, realized, you know, hey, this is just kind of maybe worth more trouble than it is, and going to regroup there, head back up towards the North Lava Siphon as they push up towards Dumb Cats.
Yeah, and they had a call ring here too. We see the ring, but Dumb Cats going to get into the beef right away. They're going to get some good shots down there. That's going to be on Renee. Renee is going to get knocked. Maple trying to get the full kill. The grenade doesn't finish him off. Renee's still up. Has to be wary of that Arc Star. Plays the wall well here. The Halo coming in huge right now as the Newcastle Slam coming down. Gibby ult's getting exchanged right now as well. I don't know who wins this fight. Down goes Renee again. Nora, defensive bombardment goes crazy there. The swing coming in. Renee gets a knock on Nora. They trade. They get the res. Scar with the phenomenal res, but not going to be enough as Ellie comes and cleans it up with Maple. And Dark Zero Eve goes down as Dumb Cats win the fight, but Bingus not too far away, Maz. Bingus is in the area. They have ring knowledge. They want to play here. They're going to play here. And they're going to hold that spot you were just talking about for the time being. But a phenomenal job there from Team Dumb Cats.
Yeah, it was a beautiful push in there from Ellie and Maple. I mean, just doing exceptional work, both up close and a little bit far away to kind of prepare for that fight, kind of getting that entry frag damage in against Dark Zero Eve, doing a wonderful job. I mean, Dumb Cats, there's a reason that they're sitting in second place right now. There's a reason that they took first in our very first game, and even third in our second game. You know, they didn't podium in game number 3, but I don't think they're really happy about that, obviously. So we will see what they do here in game number 4 as we do look at where this ring's going to pull. I mean, it's almost dead center Lava Siphon. There's not going to be a lot of buildings in this area to use. It's going to be a lot of cliff cover, rock cover, kind of inconvenient spots to situate your team. So using those Newcastle walls, using that mobile shield, going to be very, very crucial here as we close this round 2, move into round 3, and even into round 4. And even down across Lava Siphon, it looks like we've got E-Kittens getting ready to take on Trixie's.
Grade's going to be flying in there on the trailer from Trixie's, but the third party coming in from Bootleg Garfield getting the knock there. That's gonna be our friends over at Bingus. They're gonna be collecting knocks with the longbow from range here, interrupting these fights. They're gonna be able to do that here for the time being, as nobody is contesting them for this area. But Astral now moving in as well. So there's gonna be a 3-team fight over at Siphon with the 4th party looking from range. Gonna make it a problem for these teams to get into the fight. As you see, Jim Split's getting hit, but Astral going crazy inside. The fight is happening. Leah gets a knock on Woman and the full kill coming in. Trixie's goes down. Astral cleaning up on the inside. E-Kittens, they were trying to make their way in there, but they got Jim Splits got knocked by Bootleg Garfield with that longbow, and it's just causing a disruption here. A lot of these teams is like game plans and ideas.
Heading all the way down towards launch site now. SSG trying to get their way into zone. I do believe at one point SSG was just a solo, so they were able to get some reset here in game number 4. Not going to have a real any sort of advantage whatsoever playing just outside a ring between this pass-through between Tree and Countdown. And right now, Nico going to be moving into zone, finally getting this Mirage, getting ready to throw that Mirage into play. Morgie Pie does have the Black Market ready to go if needed. Swifty does not have that Halo. So that Halo, without, I should say, that Halo, going to be exceptionally difficult to move in. But, yeah, I mean, PFT up top with that Sheila, that's going to be a hard push.
Yeah, and PFT has opportunity to move down and still be above them on an advantage. What's going to come down to is if PFT wants to get aggressive and push SSG, or because they're going to have to rotate. They can't stay here all day. So they want to take this fight, they got to take it now. There's only 58 seconds till the ring closes. They can't really hold out in the situation. They have to prioritize their rotate. They have teams to go through to get into zone. So this is an interesting decision here from PFT. I think they're waiting a little too long to decide what to do. And it's going to end up... They might get the kills on SSG, but they're going to take damage while they're in that fight with only 40 seconds left here. You know, let SSG deal with that rotate. You know, I don't agree with this waiting period right now by PFT.
Yeah, I mean, luckily for them, and obviously, you know, they don't have the knowledge we do. They've only got one team in front of them to kind of get into this next zone. But going through into this next zone, I mean, you have to assume there's going to be a team in there trying to pinch you. And PFT, I mean, like we said, they're one of the teams that I'm kind of keeping my eye on, especially with the, I guess, the continued team building. You know, they've just added Crit to the roster. And I think now, like you said, I think, yes, these KP may come, but you're going to have a rotation in front of you that's just not going to be friendly. And right now, PFT able to take down one, able to get the trade off, and SSG will be eliminated. But I mean, at what unfortunate cost, because now you can't really take the time to loot all of their boxes. But at the end of the day, it was a good 3v3 for PFT, and they come out on top.
Oh no, and they're probably gonna die to zone here. Kyosha gets ahead of it, but Crit is very, very weak. Crit is gonna go down. Danny K is probably going to go down as well. So that's what I was talking about. They took way too long to take that fight. They should have took it a lot earlier, a lot sooner. They had the advantage. Now they're going to pay the price as Kyosha will be the last one up. And that zone's on her backside, eating her up as we speak. And she's probably going to die to zone here in just a second as well. And down they go. Yeah, I mean, they lost Danny K in the fight too. So those are the things you have to think about. And there's Winks waiting for them anyway. They would have been chewing them up as they came through zone regardless. But they didn't give themselves even an opportunity to rotate. So that's a tough fight. They get the 3 kill points, but you know, they go out in 12th place. You got to decide what's more important there in that situation.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, with Winks kind of holding down that choke, especially through such a confined space in that building, I mean, there's only real one option to go, and it was directly into your opposition. So, I mean, PFT, like you said, they came out on top of the fight, but at what cost? Now Wink's going to be taking some damage from across the way. Looks like that was either Astral or, you know, one of the other 30 teams here inside of Lava Siphon. As we see where this next circle is going to go, my goodness, that is not a friendly circle for really any of these teams. You will have Bingus, who's sitting up top, nice and comfortable right now. They will have a little bit of zone area on the top corner of this building, but there's going to be a very small window of opportunity for them to jump out and kind of get set up for what this end game is going to be, because I do believe...
It closes right in the open right there.
Yeah, it closes pretty much right in no man's land, so getting set up there as early as possible is going to be so crucial, as we do see the Profits inside. It looks like we've got a couple different teams inside, including the likes of Dumb Cats, who they're still unhappy about not podiuming last game, and they're looking to do it here.
It goes like I'll be the 3rd team in the situation right now. They're on the 2nd floor. I mean the 1st floor, excuse me. I'm not not too keen on their position right now as Temper starts to come in as well on the gondola. They're going to get into the fight here. Unless they take it all the way over, they're going to walk into the other two teams, the other side of Lava Siphon. And they're going to opt to take the gondola over and potentially third-party Eric OK and company on the other side. Down goes Kara, though. Scooby picks up the knock. And I have to get this res off. And they're going to stay. And they're swinging in now on the third-party attempt. This is going to be tough. This is not easy for Temper. This is a tough situation to get yourself into. But you pick and choose, and you pick this fight instead of the other one. But on the outside is Meow waiting to make their way in, too. So, ugly situation right now for Temper.
Yeah, I mean, for the time being, though, they are all almost completely healed up. Lorena going to be able to get that heal off no problem whatsoever. At least for right now, almost, you know, securing this top 10. We're only one team away, but we do have all these teams in the same small little area inside Lava Siphon. You can tell these teams playing a little bit more competitively almost as the night goes on, which you love to see. I mean, we got 11 squads left here, round 5 getting ready to close, and teams are finally starting to find their footing and find where they're most comfortable in some of these rotations here on World's Edge. Silver takes a little bit too much damage, almost falls there, but they do get the break on the opposing Catalyst, and Astral looking on this fight from the second floor. They do know they've got teams directly below them and below them on both sides nonetheless. So Astral sitting comfortably for now on that second floor as all these teams just kind of poking and prodding at each other. We do see the Prophetess fall inside 11th, so unfortunately won't get that 2 placement point bump. But Winx, however, that does fall in 10th, will.
Yeah, they all started breaking out in a fight there as you were talking, and Girls Night Out were able to take down 2 teams there. Dumb Cats are still on the top floor waiting to make their play in. They have to worry about Inceps and Banks from Team Roar on the bottom side as well now. They're going to be trading shots with the likes of Girls Night Out. And on the bottom of that is going to be EVG. I mean, Killzone Girl and Company on the bottom near the lava. But all these teams are going to have to rotate. They're not safe. They know the ring now. They probably recognize it at this point in time. And I mean, just shout out again to Bingus, man. They're just going to be in a great spot to look at all this happen.
Yeah, I saw Maple, by the way, with a Kraber in hand. I'm pretty sure I saw the knock in the feed, so we'll keep an eye on Dumb Cats right now. They're holding down this door. PK comes through from Maple. Going to do some damage onto those purple Evos. At least hold back the push for now. I'm not sure if that's Roar XD or why it's swinging me over there. There's Dumb Cats swinging outside. A little wall bounce action. Trying to connect these dual Mozams. We just talked about how, you know, we were happy to be done with the Mozam era, but we see the Mozam in play and on display here in game number 4. Dumb Cat's going to be able to get this revive up. Maple going for that revive on Nyara. And we should see Dumb Cats try and take some high ground here. That's exactly what Ellie's going to do. See if we can't capitalize on some of this.
Yeah, that's where Scooby's going to be trying to hide right now, but she's going to get found. She's going to fall into the lava, and she's going to get killed right away instantly. But EVG, the duo alive, still on the bottom side. The Dumb Cats are gonna have to be in. They're gonna be in a tough spot as well. Very difficult for them to rotate in. But I mean, just take a look at Bingus right now. Bingus is just in a phenomenal spot once again as the Gibby-All is coming down for Kitty Rat, and Kitty Rat gets a knock there on Jim Splits. And here comes some more KP potential for the team of Bingus as they're gonna be third partying this fight, holding what looks like to be the God spot right now, putting these teams in really awkward positions. Sammy's gonna counter wall. A beautiful wall from Sammy Joe. Gets a 90 hit. He's gonna be able to get a quick heal off as the lifeline swings in from the opposing team. It's gonna be up to Kitty Rat and Bootleg Garfield to hold her off. And she does. Bingus takes down Temper. Look at Bingus cook it again, Maz.
I'm telling you, watching Sammy IGL this team has been a freaking pleasure. That Newcastle wall, so detrimental to them coming out on top of that fight, and it looked like she could have done that in her sleep. I mean, huge props to Sammy on that Newcastle play. Able to keep the team alive. Yes, she's only got 5 assists, but she's almost got 1,000 damage, and I guarantee you she's already got herself a few revives as you see another one coming through now. Bingus trying to retreat and hold this fight up against the likes of Dumb Cats.
Yeah, that's a good give-you-all coming down there for Bingus and company, as they did lose one there in the altercation with Maple. But Roar in a pretty good spot right now as well. They're gonna be able to look at all this too happening in front of them as they're getting Gibby ulted currently, but they should be fine. As you do see the knock of the kill feed from Bootleg Garfield, she has the Kraber in hand right now, gets a knockdown on Maple. That's a massive hit. As Kitty Rat slides in too, Kitty Rat gets a knockdown. Ellie goes down. This is big here for Bingus. If they can clean this up without getting a knock, and they do, and here comes the third party, but they're healthy. They're not that weak. Sammy got a slam wall in front of them. Look at Bingus trying to go back-to-back here, Maz.
Bingus.
Sammy climbs up, has an angle, looks down with the Mastiff. This is a great play. On the bottom side is going to be the Kitty Rat. There it is. Bingus takes it again. Oh my, they're on fire, Maz. They're on fire.
Bingus was sitting in 4th place with 33 points. Just a reminder of, what we're going to be changing here, because the leaderboard, we're about to see a massive swap up thanks to Bingus. I mean, my gosh, did they come out on top of that fight. Sammy as an IGL is going to be the player to watch here as we move forward.
This is the first time she's played with them too, mind you. This is not easy to do. She's making this look like they've been playing together for months, and she's coming in right now, IGLing 2 people she just met. I mean, I'm sure she's known them from Women's Conference. They might have played together, I don't know. But based off of my knowledge, this is the first time they've played together as a team in a competitive setting, and to be able to go like they are right now as a trio and just look like they've been playing together for months is just a phenomenal, tip my hat off to Sammy as an IGL. That is not easy to do. That is not easy to do.
It certainly is not, no question at all. We're going to get set here for game number 5. We're going back to Storm Point. It's going to be our final game of the night on Storm Point. We'll be back in just a few. We'll take a quick little break. We'll update the leaderboards, and we'll see you soon.
Pair of jeans, a shirt or two. We didn't pack as if we weren't going back. It doesn't matter if it's true. I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Yeah. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. Tomorrow feels a year away, like the seconds, the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
It was all the time, it was something you did to make yourself feel right, make yourself feel big. But I found parts of me that you couldn't reach. No more helping
sure, even if you try, you won't tear me down, 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 down. You won't tear me down, 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 down. Where you wanna go, no, it doesn't matter. Long as you know you're not welcome here. Not welcome no more, I made sure of it. 'Cause the place that I found now won't allow it. You won't tear me down, 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 down.
All right, we are back in Rhino. My God, I think the leaderboard's kind of shaping up to be a little bit more exciting than we anticipated. Take us through the top 3.
I mean, you could go all the way to the 7th right now with people who can still win this thing. But first place, Bingus going from like 10th to 4th to 1st in 2 games is crazy. Taking it right now at 57 and 26 kills. They've turned up the volume when we went into World's Edge. We're heading back to Storm Point, see if that consistency stays there with them. But at second, you got Dumb Cats, who have been playing consistently all day, but sitting second by only a point with 56 and the same amount of kills with 26. Temper third, 55-30. They were sitting in first pretty much all day until Dumb Cats kind of took it away from them a couple games ago. But they're still in contention, only 2 points out of first. Meow, only 16 points out of first and fourth with 20 kills. And they could win any game at any time with 20 kills. So that's another team that can definitely win. Girls Night Out have honestly new to me, but they have been playing like a team that should have been around for a long time. And they should have been in the Queen's Cup last season. And they are playing phenomenal, and I'm very impressed with how they're playing. And they're only 18 points out, but they've been playing well. Dark Zero Eve 6, 33-21, and then we'll round it out with 7 there with 31 for Team Roar and 16 kills. All teams of which can just drop a 10 to 15 bomb kill game with a dub at any point. So this is not over yet. This is not down to 3 teams. This is still very much open.
And speaking of open, I mean, look at where this next ring goes. This is an open positioning for Dark Zero to stay here for the long game. We know they like to play Edge as it is. So now they're able to play Edge on their home turf, Echo HQ. I mean, you're not going to know an area more than the POI you tend to draft. So, I mean, Dark Zero, huge advantage here in game number 5, our final game on Stormpoint, with $550 total dollars on the line. I'm thinking we're going to see Dark Zero just kind of hang out here. If they can get a little bit of zone knowledge,
I don't know.
We'll have to see here what they do. You know, Rhino says he doesn't know. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I don't know. They're not ones to sit around and wait at a spot. They want to get kills. They want to stay active. You already see Renee heading over to Coastal Camp. I don't. They don't. It's hard to predict this ring this early. So I really do think they're going to rotate. They're probably going to end up over at the Stormcatcher side, rotating back down into Echo HQ as we head into round 3 or 4. So don't be surprised if you see that. But yeah, I might be wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it. I just don't see Dark Zero Eve sitting in a spot. I don't think
it's
I've ever
more
seen
likely
him do
I'm
that.
wrong, I guess. Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen them do that. Even when they had different players, they've always played on the edge and just rotated around in circles trying to get kills with teams rotating. So I don't think anything changes, even though they have the ring pull. I don't think they have the ability to scan beacon, do they?
They do not. No, see, I just talk all sorts of nonsense. That was the whole point of this, was to, make sure you were on your toes. So I'm glad you're paying attention.
I got you. Yeah, no, I'm in full season mode right now. It's not the off season no more. No more goofing around. We're full season here. So no, yeah, I don't see it. But what I do see is the knowledge from Girls Night Out, as they avoided that fight there with the likes of Yusaki and company. It's that they tried to rotate on top of them, and they take a balloon. They're flying right back to them. They're gonna try to take this fight, Maz. This is a huge fight early in this game, and they're gonna land right on top of them. And the fight is gonna commence. Girls Night Out looking for blood right now as Calamity puts down some damage, but takes some in return. And here we go. Girls Night Out gonna drop the Sarah ult. They're playing such an unorthodox comp right now in this new meta with the triple support. You don't see this often. Grenades are coming down. Yusaki gets those rampart walls up in front of them, and they get an angle on the left side. This is troubling some right now. Scooby, though, great shots with the Rampage. I think that's going to be Shiro. That was Shiro who moved up on the left there on the rock. Calamity now trying to take that space away. She swings up on the left side now as well with Scooby, who's got the alternator and the Rampage. The scan coming down. The Seer scan is huge. They see the 10 HP tick as the Mirage decoys are flying everywhere. I hear Sheila. Shiro has Sheila, but a great angle from Scooby here. Scooby can make some noise right now on this angle on the left side. Just can't get knocked. She's got to be careful. As Kit swings up right side, trying to get more angles. I mean, what a great job by Girls Night Out. They were not looking safe at that point in time. But they had to stay up, and Scooby goes down. They trade knocks. Neo gets knocked. Calamity picks it up as Yusaki takes down Scooby. The 2v2 now, Maz, with the Newcastle wall and the Sheila in the hand of Yusaki. And Sheila is singing, and Yusaki kills both. And Girls Night Out. Oh, they got the Prowlers are on their tail right now, doing some damage. There, Yusaki in a 1v4 against these Prowlers, but no, Meow just a phenomenal job. That did not look good. Once Neo got knocked there, I thought it was kind of GG's, but a good job there by Yusaki to stay confident in her skill with the Sheila and the G7 and just collect that KP with Shiro.
That was quite the fight there out of Meow to really hold off a super aggro push out of Girls Night Out. And I mean, even the Prowlers coming in to kind of assist Girls Night Out, if anything. Prowlers don't get points, remind you, but they do come into play, and we've seen a couple very talented players, even the likes of Crestep, go down to these Prowlers. So they're out for blood just as much as these players are. But man, Meow, like you said, really coming out on top of a very, very aggressive Girls Night Out. We do also have a fight, looks like, down in Barometer.
Yes, Dr. Joe Eve. We were just talking about them staying put. They did not. They tried to rotate and take a fight with EVG, and ended up getting third-partied here by Roar. And Roar cleans them up. Dr. Joe Eve is going to go down, regardless of their great positioning they spawned on top of. That's just not their game style. But they do pay the price. They're being over-aggressive as Roar cleans it up. EVG was able to escape, I believe, as a duo. So they're potentially going to get a reset later on here in a couple rounds or so. But Roar, you know, they're due for a big game.
Yeah, they're definitely due, and it does look like PFT right now does have the EVG player moving up behind them, getting ready to move into this Jurassic area. They do have a respawn beacon over here. No Crafter in the area, but we'll see what we can do here. See if EVG can go the distance, get inside of this top 10, and how they're able to manage. But huge plays out of Roar. We do also have, looks like Astral versus PFT, potentially getting ready to kick off here soon. You do hear the pings coming through from PFT. They know they've got players in the area, but they've also got a select fire. One of the very new, I can't say new, I mean, it was in Apex back in my day. You know, there was a select fire on the Prowler, and it was a lot of fun. So welcome back to Apex Legends competitive. You know, I feel like the Prowler kind of, as a burst gun, while yes, it is very fun, I think it kind of scares some of these players away, knowing that it is that burst fire. If you're not hitting all of your shots, you're not really doing as much damage as possible. So that select fire, just kind of turning that into full auto, going to make a little bit of a difference there. And still no real action here between PFT and Astrals. I do believe PFT going to rotate away from this, potentially knowing Astral has high ground.
Yeah, it's probably a decent call coming from PFT. They're going to try to play zone here a little bit, play back in these buildings here. I'm not a big fan of playing back here, but considering that they don't want to take that fight with the team on the high ground, I don't mind this at all. Astral going to take advantage of it, going to play high ground here on Pylon, and they'll be trading shots for some time. But Bingus, I imagine you want to switch over real quickly there. The Bingus is in a fight. They're only a point in first place by a point right now, and they're going up against the likes of Dumb Cats, and they're going to push Dumb Cats back and away. Dumb Cats was trying to rotate into them, and they made him pay the price. That G7 was singing for Bingus, and they were able to do some serious damage on that attempt of a push. And now Bingus is going to open their rotate. Great job there. I mean, they've just been playing phenomenal here. I'm just an utter yeah, impressive. I'm just very impressed. I don't know, the word I was gonna say just didn't make sense, so I didn't say it. So I'm gonna back it up and just continue to say that I'm just impressed. But they're gonna rotate into the likes of SSG though, Maz. SSG is in the area.
Bingus versus SSG on the cusp. I mean, we're moving up towards these Prowler nests, and Bingus right now, yes, they're sitting in first. They're able to push away the second place team in Dumb Cats, as you just mentioned. But now SSG, while SSG hasn't just yet broken that top 10, excuse me, they do still have 12 points, and a very, very good game out of them could make a whole world of difference and open up the rest of this lobby. But right now, I mean, Bingus, Sammy just leading this team, just doing an exceptional job using the Hemlock, even getting shots in the sky. Not something I can do. No question. So Bingus, I mean, just on the aggression right now, looking to close this out in 5.
Yeah, they're doing good. They're doing good. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in why she left like that though. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a fight I would have taken. Now they're just gonna have to worry about Bingus on their backside this whole time when they rotate in. And it's just exactly what they're doing. It's curious as to why they left. They should have took that fight. I know zone's closing and everything, but it's only round 2. You take that fight, you win that fight, you reset, you have loot boxes to play with. No third party in the area. Taking that balloon was very risky, as you saw. A couple cracks came in. Bingus, unfortunately, was able to capitalize on it, but now they're putting themselves on the edge. It's at a launch pad. They don't know if there's a team in front of them or not, but potentially we do. You know, obviously Jim Split's a company over there. But now they're going to have to worry about the backside as well. It's just tough. I'm not really sure if I agree with the SSG movement there.
And it looks like SSG is going to have to kind of redact what they were trying to do, which was get away from Bingus. Bingus now, I mean, they're both on this launch pad at POI and SSG, even though they took that long rotation. Now they're going to have to try and survive this as they go high ground, which I think we've all seen Kamore. I mean, just what she's done up here from Team Quieto. I mean, if SSG can even capitalize on one of these knocks and drop on down, that's going to be a huge, huge play. They do have that support character in the Lifeline and the Mirage and the Loba. So very curious to see how SSG is going to fare here. It looks like they were trying to scan that beacon.
Yeah, they lucked out there. They definitely made out well in that situation. You know, they did end up pushing Bingus away. Bingus now going to have to fight the likes of Team Meow over in the No Name on the bridge over there. So it worked out for SSG, but it's definitely a scary rotate in my opinion. But nonetheless, they're good. They're alive. Temper in front of them, though.
Temper looking to move in on this quickly. Temper right now sitting in third. They're on the very, very edge of that final podium, the very edge of the prize money for tonight. Reminder, we have $550 up for grabs. We got a couple bounties out there. We've got a kill leader bounty. We've got a $50 bounty just for the best shotgun play, thus some of the best shotgun plays we've seen. And Temper definitely in contention here for that top tier prize pool, as there are mere 2 points off first. Bingus, Dumb Cats, the only 2 teams in front of them, so potentially going to slow things down here just a little bit. But with Meow so close, this is bound to be one of those poke and prods very, very shortly. As we also do see E-Kittens flying in on this building. They're going to be flying into a contested area here. Kaz going to realize that quickly. Still flies into the building. We lose Gym Splits on the entry, and now we may see a trouble problem here for E-Kittens.
Yeah, that's what's tough about taking balloons. You know, this late in the ring rotation. You know, these teams are kind of already here. It's kind of like old school Valcult before they had the scans. You didn't know what you were gonna land on top of. It was always just like a risk. It was always a risk, and the balloon is just that. I mean, that's what it should be. It is a risk to take. But they are able to grab the banner, but Temper is probably gonna continue to make a push here and try to get these 2 kill points. These are big. These are big for the point standings. Ali in trouble. Ali taking a lot of damage. Have to drop Bub here. Try to get a swap. She can't. Well, she does, but it was only a tick of shield on it, and she goes down. So Kaz is gonna be the last one up here for the squad of E-Kittens. She's gonna be playing on the outside, hoping that Temper doesn't go looking for her, because they are getting shot from a few teams right now. The likes of Roar, who just took down SSG on the hill. You got EVG rotating in as well. So Temper's gonna be in trouble. They're gonna have to fight 2 teams here. And you also got Meow looking at him with the Sheila on the top of the bridge. This is a cluster right now. This has turned into a cluster mess.
Yeah, cluster I think is one way to put this. I mean EVG, they will be able to get into zone here. It looks like Did not see the Catalyst right in front of me. I think Killzone might have been going for that. A little bit more of a sneaky play, unable to do so. E-Kittens will be eliminated, and now Temper down 1, but Kara going to be able to get that revive back in business using the invisible revive nonetheless there from the Mirage. I mean, Mirage, not only a support character, also a team player. You gotta love to see it. Now Temper should be able to move at least a little bit closer to zone using this mobile shield here in the hands of Silver Rain. Meow sitting up top though with those red Evos.
Oh my.
And that Sheila raining down.
My.
You're not going to be able to hide from that, Sheila.
Oh, but good shots coming in here. Shiro goes down, and they go down. Temper clutches it up with the help from Team Roar on the hill. And Temper now is going to be in trouble, though. I mean, they were in trouble to begin with, but now even more so, as Roar is going to be aggressive with this. 40 seconds still left here. They have to... they're playing for kills right now, because after this fight's over, they're going to have to worry about Bingus. Bingus is going to be looking for them on their rotate in. They have that whole side to themselves right now currently, as Banks is going to try to take some shots. Instep going to use Maggie Ball, move up the hill, but they're going to go opposite direction here. It's kind of like a... what's the word I'm trying to think of, Maz?
The old bait and switch? I don't know. That's what I was thinking, so.
Bait and switch or something. Yeah, something like that. A little decoy ball. I don't really know. But Roar going to swing left side instead of pushing directly at Temper. And Temper is going to be able to loot a little bit before they move in. It's a good call there by Roar to get away from that, because they would have been fighting to stay alive with Team Bingus, who's waiting for them on top of that hill. So
yeah, and I think
I like that play a lot by Team Roar.
I'm just going to sit on Bingus here for just a second, because I'm super curious with this Temper coming around. You know, Temper's going to be coming right from this backside. They have a high ground advantage coming through this choke. They've got some of these cliff angles that they can work with as they move in. And with 35 seconds until this round's officially closed, I mean, you can take your time, but you certainly have to play with haste as you move towards this zone. The Gibby bubble comes out, as does the Gibby ult. Kara's going to go airborne. Beautiful play to use the Dock drone to glide into this. Kara going to be able to break 1, not going to be able to break 2. Lorena now, the sole player trying to get this revive for Temper using the invisible Mirage. Yet again, we see Mirage coming into handy here in comp. Sammy going to be able to down 1 Bingus, I believe, in a 2v1, potentially a 1v1. There we go. Temper will fall. Bingus still alive somehow after that push. And right now, Roar XD, they've also got their eyes set on Bingus, as Banks does have a charge rifle yet again.
Yeah, Banks going to be aggressive here. Drops the Mirage ult, gets the knockdown Garfield, and the first place team is on their heels right now. Is going to be Sammy. Sammy trying to get away. She does for the time being, as Instep swings right side. Instep's got to be careful. Can't get too aggressive here. Got to prioritize the next ring. You don't want to lose one heading into round 6. You got to stay up full 3. Sammy has an opportunity now to win this 1v1. Her teammates are not with her. If Sammy can get a knock here, she doesn't. Instep does clean her up, so gonna loot Sammy's box. She should be good. They got that done rather quickly, but here comes Ashel. Ashel very close to them, as well as PFT on the inside of that building. But Instep recognizes, I think she heard the footsteps, backed up to her teammates, and then I got to reset and stabilize here on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I think that was a well-played round there from Roar XD. I mean, they've taken these fights so strategically. They've even baited some of their rotations, which is just really, I mean, it's good Apex Legends is what it is, and Roar XD showing exactly how to do it here in game number 5. Reminder, Roar XD right now sitting down in 7th with 31. They're not completely out of this. A huge game out of Roar XD is going to completely change how they play game number 6. PFT also kind of just in this area right now, potentially, going to be seeing what Roar XD does, but I'm super curious to see here. Once Roar XD rotates in, I mean, there's not going to be any building space left available because of PFT and the location that they're in. So Roar XD, while they've done a wonderful job thus far fighting, they may have a little bit more of a trouble moving in here and securing some building.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of how PFT is playing on the outside right now. Danny K by herself inside. As soon as they recognize that this is a solo here, are they underneath?
They might be, actually, which is why, this makes way more sense.
They are. Oh, wow, we are such rookie casters. Okay, yeah, they're underneath them, so they're good. Ashel, though, is going to be close. They're inside the building, and this is going to be a 3v3 here, but Prophets are moving in. Prophets got the nice angle with the gravity lift there from the horizon. You got Steffi flying around on her drone as well. They got to take the high ground here on top of this V-shaped, Y-shaped. Steffi going to use this Newcastle wall, potentially get some shots here on the opposing team. And the swing coming in from Banks there, going crazy with the Mirage, saying, let me give it a shot, see if I get a knock. But a great Halo coming down from Steffi there to prevent that. Because as soon as that fight happens, if Roar does get aggressive, that third party is going to come swinging out that door from Team Astral.
And my apologies. We're going to miss just a moment of action. We're coming right back in. You know, that's the beauty of a reconnect feature. We're back. Roar XD firing down range. Incep going to be able to do some damage there, helping Valiosa get that down on Steffi. And right now, going airborne, Incep with the PK. Going to hit for 22 from air. Maggie Ball from space. Incep hits Steffi on the fadeaway. And now we just got the Horizon to deal with for 99. The flat line in hand. Prophets will be eliminated.
Yeah, but now Roar in trouble. Roar getting approached now by Astral. As I was saying, Astral swung out instantly there. They clean up Roar. So Roar out. They get the kills, but the placement, they had a lot of opportunity there to take over the top into the top three. I think they played a little bit too aggressively. I would probably rather taken the fight in the building inside. You know, against Astral, you have a little bit more of an area to play when, you know, if you do lose a player or two, you get a reset a little bit easier inside the building than outside. But Astral now going to be looking pretty solid here as the final ring is closing. We're down to 4 squads. Astral, we got PFT who's underneath. Dumb Cats are waiting for PFT to walk out that door.
And Saint Nessie,
it's going to be tough. And Saint Nessie, yep. Saint Nessie's not in a bad spot here, Maz. What a shift this would be if they could somehow win this game. I believe they're in like the bottom 3 right now. So this would be a crazy win for them if they can pull it off. They're gonna have to deal with the likes of Astral right now.
And it looks like Winter going to push inside, trying to find where these players are sitting. Flatline in hand, just waiting for some peek here. I mean, this Flatline going to do a wonderful job of entry damage, but almost no ammo left here for Winter. Going to try and stay alive, but already cooking inside of that Thermite. Does a little bit of damage, 42, but St. Nessie will fall. Serena on Team Astral taking a little bit of damage. And that Gibby ultimate is doing exactly what a Gibby ultimate should do. We're down to 2.
Yeah, it's going to be Astral and Dumb Cats. And it was a great angle that Erica had there. Was able to get the knock with a quick reset with that Newcastle coming in. Catalyst wall going to come down here. Shotguns are going to go crazy here in just a few seconds. As this Newcastle wall, this Catalyst wall is going to hold off a drop down from Astral as long as possible. They don't want to go black. They jump off the side of this. They're going to try to have to jump over this. And they throw Halo down. They throw Halo. They need some shots to land here, but it's not going to matter. Nora gets a knock. Ellie gets a knock. Dumb Cats take game 5 and a massive W for them as they're probably going to move into first place off of that.
Yeah, I mean, Dumb Cats, I mean, we keep calling them Dumb Cats, and they're definitely not playing like Dumb Cats, because what a beautiful play there. They drop down, they time it almost near perfectly, and all of a sudden, we've got our, we've got some, I don't want to say back-to-back winners, but they did win game number 1 here on Stormpoint, kind of capitalizing on their game knowledge of this map, and, they do it again in game number 5. And as we get ready to go into game number 6, reminder, last game of the night, we're moving back to World's Edge. We're going to update some leaderboards, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with the final game of Ladies' Night.
can't fight it. I can't fight it. You wreck my mind, I'm losing my sleep. But you know that it's all that I need. So don't leave me alone. La 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 la. Don't leave me alone. La 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 la. Don't leave me alone. La 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 la. La 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 la. You don't leave me alone. La 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 la. La 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 la. Don't leave me alone. La 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 la. Don't leave me alone. La 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 la. La 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 la. Don't leave me alone. I heard that you're better now. Hiding out in a seaside town. Always knew what I wanted reflected back to me. A life like this kept me wondering if you're coming back. And I miss you in the winter with the windows down. A dazzling fire and a tarnished crown. Are you coming back? 'Cause holding on to you is like holding on to smoke. You're drifting through my fingers anytime I think I'm getting close. And I go, you know it all. How you wrapped around my mind. You let me fall. 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 Walls I built all tumble down. Barriers of a heart I found. And I want it back. I let you in, kept you company, gave until I couldn't breathe.
All right, no, we're back with Game 6, and my God, I mean, I'm feeling a Dumb Cats win here. How you feeling about that? I mean, a dominant performance there in game number 5 with 21 points.
Yeah, I mean, they separated themselves quite literally there. Bingus was sitting in first heading into that game. They still remain inside the top 3, tied for second right now. But I mean, Dumb Cats, they pulled away a little bit here. They need to just at least get some ladder points. I mean, placement points and a couple. I'm sure they'll get a few kills. So it's looking like they're gonna take home first place. But you can't sleep on Bingus. They've been playing well. You can't sleep on Temper either. So it's gonna come down to those 3 teams, and this is it. Game number 6.
Game number 6, a nice central zone here. A nice central zone. There's not really too much to say here. Hold on, I do believe we had a potential DC. We do. We did have one DC. We have 2 DCs. We did not have 2 DCs. Okay. Watching that, that's very unfortunate for Dark Zero to lose one of the players. You know, Dark Zero kind of one of those teams on the cusp. I mean, right now they're in seventh place, 34 points for them. So they do have a little bit of a mountain to climb. Granted, where they land here on Lava Siphon, you know, they do give themselves the option to kind of rotate a bunch of different ways, give themselves a bunch of different opportunities. So we'll see what Dark Zero here does as a duo. I mean, if there's a duo, Scar and Jace, I mean, not to discount Renee at all. I mean, Renee and Jace would be just as good, but having Jace and Scar alive is certainly not putting Dark Zero down and out just yet.
Yeah. No, it's tough. It's tough to lose somebody. You know, you can't get the reset. It's only 1 DC. You know, they're not gonna. It's gonna be hard as a duo. It's not gonna be easy. There's a lot of teams in this lobby right now that are actually on a roll. So They're not going to be able to. They're going to still try to play the way they would play if they had 3, and that's probably not going to work out for them as a duo. But you know, I could eat my own words for sure. I could eat my own words. But we're just going to keep our eyes here on Bingus. I mean, Bingus already moving into Fragment, tempered close by at Geyser. It's that area of the map right now, especially with Roar in the area too. Like those 4 teams are, you know, all in contention for placement for money. So that's going to be important to look at.
It definitely is, and I mean, I was a little concerned there. I mean, Sammy was so overextended by herself just outside No Name, just on the eastern side of Fragment. Banks and her almost kind of cross paths there, but now as Temper is going to come out of this Geyser pass-through tunnel, they're going to open up this door into No Name, and Sammy could very well here be picked off if Temper does spot her out on these train tracks. As Sammy rotates through this little train car here, I mean, offering a little bit of cover, yes, moving into this Fragment side. I mean, Sammy's got her foot on the gas, and she's sending this one in quickly for Bingus, just trying to see where maybe that player would have gone, where Banks has relocated to, and Banks is over inside that streamer building now, just kind of holding things down. No need to get too crazy just yet. So,
it looks like they got a. Looks like these are predicting the Fragment Monument zone. It looks like Sammy's trying to grab a spot here right now. Kind of hold it down. Her teammates are going to have to get to it rather quickly here, as teams already see Sammy. They're going to initiate a fight here rather quickly with Roar. Roar is not going to not take this fight, as you see the shots coming from Banks there. Gets the crack. Beautiful shots through the window. Temper not getting aggressive with it, though. They're rotating away. They know what's on the line here. They don't want to have to take this fight and potentially get third party on the third party. So, curious to see if Bingus gets aggressive or vice versa. It looks like Roar is going to be a little bit more passive than they usually are right now, and continue to loot and maybe hit beacons, because they do have the almighty god of Mirage on their team.
I think that's a good play out of Roar, though. I mean, Incep was kind of more towards that Monument POI, you know, doing a little bit of separate looting, sharing the loot love. So I think that was a smart play by Roar to just kind of hold Bingus at bay, at least for the time being. Roar has moved themselves up into the top 5. They're now sitting in 5th place with 49 points. So just going to be a little bit more of a climb here. And Roar could potentially come through and upset that top 3. But we will have to see, because Temper, the team sitting on that bubble spot in 3rd place, they do have 62 points. Excuse me, Temper is tied for 2nd with Bingus, as mentioned. So these two teams right here, I mean, had that fight broken out, that would have been the decider right there. I'm on the top 2, and boy, would it have been a good one. But we're on board Girls Night Out as they move in through Geyser, potentially looking to run into this PFT squad. They just rotated out of Mirage, or excuse me, out of Stacks and out of Big Mod. And now Girls Night Out does have their eyes on Calamity with the G7, the EVA 8 in hand. Not a lot of other utility to work with, so we'll see what happens here. But you have to assume PFT going to be moving in. I'm not sure how PFT had lost one to Dark Zero, actually. That would make sense. So Kyosha going to try and stay alive. Danikay will fall, and now Crit just going to be the lone survivor here for PFT to push over into this no-name town.
Yeah, it's going to be tough sledding there for PFT today. Crit is going to have to get away. She's on the Loba, so she can get a reset. But Girls Night Out collecting some pretty important kills there. It's good for them. Dark Zero Eve, though, we were talking about it, they were able to get a kill. So they're still playing the edge. They're still going to play the way they want, like I said. But, you know, picking up a kill like that, it's pretty important. So good job by them.
Winx right now trying to stay alive as they move through this Big Mod outer edge. It looks like Temper was taking some shots at them. And for the time being, Temper not going to be on the aggression just yet. Winx just going to sit nice and comfortably. No need to get super crazy. And I like the play to just kind of read the room, slow things down a little. You know, you're almost in zone, and you could take a nice little slow rotation. It's only round 1, but rotate through zone into Geyser. But as I say that, Girls Night Out getting ready to rotate up, and the grenade in the hands of Calamity is going to go airborne momentarily, and we'll see what this does to Winx, because I mean, you have to imagine this is going to hit something, and it's actually not going to hit anything, which is even better. But Winx, just for right now, going to drop that Halo out, and Winx going to retreat here on the heels. Is Girls Night Out.
Winx got very separate right there, and they were able to get Cry in that process, as Scooby was able to pick up the kill. So Winx is going to be a duo. Reset definitely possible, and looks like they're going to head to Stacks to do just that. Girls Night Out gonna grab this this juice box. They're gonna head back into zone. Meow and company, they were going crazy over in landslide. They were able to pick up some kill points and take some teams out over there while we were speaking. You see SSG still in zone, coming out late. The ring pull. Oh, interesting. It's gonna be a landslide zone, I think, in that area at least. So I mean, Meow's gonna be in a great spot here. Don't sleep on Meow here. They might find their way into the top 3 with a big game right now. They have a really good spot.
I mean, Meow right now is only 10 points out of third. Reminder that we do have a tie for second place, so we have 2 different teams at 62 points. Meow only 10 points off of that. They do just need a little bit more placement, a few more KP, and Meow certainly the team that could do this. I mean, they've upset quite a few teams here. They've already picked up 2 different second places, one in game number 1, one in game number 3. I mean, Meow could certainly upset this top 3 and upset the prize money, no question.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I mean, even
for them.
Looking where SSG is rotating into right now, granted, they don't have that zone knowledge. At least I don't believe so. Not as of yet. They haven't scanned it, but they do have quite an opportunity here to also play kind of spoiler, if you will, giving themselves a beautiful access to this western side of the circle. They won't have to move very quickly at all, so SSG just going to kind of take their time here, wait for this next round to close, see where the next round hits, and kind of adapt from there. But I think SSG also doing a wonderful job just playing this one slow.
Yeah, Prophet's rotating right into him, though. And they're going to queue up on it. Lady going to drop the Horizon Q with the Gold Nemesis. Drop down the black hole there. Steffi going to queue up as well. Then they get into a fight here with SSG as the Mirage goes invisible. Lady from the high ground throwing it down with the Arc Stars. Is going to able. Nice Thermite coming in from Lady there. Gets the knock on Morgie. Turns and burns. Goes down and returns. Steffi is one shot. She's got to be careful. Olivia is by herself right now. Doing good damage, though. Keeping this team off. Potentially can get a knock on the lifeline. Does a lot of damage, but gets swung as Nico Robin gets the knock. Steffi now going to put herself into a 1v2. This is not going to be easy sledding here for Steffi, but definitely winnable. Oh, it's a 1v3, excuse me. Steffi now in a 1v3, and Nico Robin with the squad wipe on Prophets. And Prophets' day is over there. And wow. That's Eliza there. Eliza getting the squad wipe, and the Sheila, though. The Sheila coming in from Meow there. Unbelievable. Sora cleans it up, but that was all Yusaki's damage. And down goes Swifty. It's going to be Eliza and Morgie, the last 2 up here for Seriously Silly Geese. And Meow is probably going to get aggressive with this or try to get a knock from range. That Sheila is going to do a lot of damage as Yusaki is just looking to connect. And they're going to take an evac tower probably on top of them at some point here.
Beautiful job for the Geese to stay alive there. That was quite the close call. You had the Lobo bracelet at the very last second. You got Nico trying to stay alive as they almost run back towards the opposition here. And Meow now just landing on top of Mirage Etoile, landing on the other side of it as well. Really splitting this one up nicely as Nico will fall. Was able to do a little 1v3 earlier, but unfortunately now SSG down to just Morgie Pie. Going to try and hold this one out. Girls Night Out is also eliminated. Our 6th place team. You see them fall in 12th. An early fall from them.
Yeah, tough go of it. We're about to have a big fight here, Maz. Roar and
Bingus.
Bingus. Yeah, I almost called them Bungus, but Bingus going crazy. They were fighting PFT, and Roar came up on the backside of them and cleaned up a couple of the kills. But Bingus is going to have to take this fight here with Roar unless Roar decides to back up, but I don't assume they will. They can't really. I mean, well, if they back up, they go to zone, so technically they're holding out. For the most part, they're holding out Bingus currently, but Bingus can rotate opposite choke. But Sammy gotta lay down some shots with the G7 and do some good damage.
Beautiful G7 shots too, I tell you. It's been a fun one to add into the loot pool. You know, it seems like the G7's a little bit more into that meta now. It comes automatically equipped to do just a little bit more Evo charge up, which is exceptionally helpful. It also charges up your ultimate a little faster. I do believe it's only by a few percent here and there. It's nothing absolutely crazy, but very helpful. And I mean, another beautiful grenade here out of Sammy, just IGLing Bingus like nobody's job, leading this fight, taking down some damage on Newcastle. Going to put down that Newcastle wall, and just like that, we've got Bingus really taking control as they down Inset, but they do get the trade. Kitty Rat will fall, and now Garfield going to try and stay alive, get that cat wall up, unable to do so. Kitty Rat going to throw down the Gibraltar all inside of the Gibby bubble. Right now, a 2v2, a 2v1. Sammy going to be getting this revive. Puts down Banks and gets the revive. Huge plays.
Sammy just cooked. Oh my gosh.
If this is the Sammy Joe that we get to see in 2025, I am so excited for the next event.
Don't sleep on Kitty either. Kitty's been playing a phenomenal Gibby today. I mean, that Gibby all was fantastic. I mean, that is the definition of what it's meant for. Dropping that bubble, getting the reset inside of it while the Gibby ult's going down, relying on Sammy's massive skills, getting 290 pumps there, getting the shot, and then knocking 2 pumps is crazy. But yeah, Kitty Rat doing a fantastic job. She went down, but Sammy with the quick res. It's just a great all-around performance here from Bingus. While that was happening, we did have a rotate happen on the bottom side. Temper's still alive, but they're only going to be... Oh, they are a trio now, so they got the res, they got the reset. But you take a look at that choke right now. Just Team Dumb Cat's going to be moving in. They're going to get the knock there on EVG's Mara Magenta. And looking for another knock. You're not going to get it. Miraclips gets the knock there on Maple. Ellie cleans it up, though. EVG goes down. But there is another team in the vicinity. It's going to be the likes of Dark Zero Eve, as they do lose Scar to zone. More than likely here, as Jace gets full killed. Maybe not. She gets that off. But this zone's eaten. She gotta make a move. I don't know. But Meow on the other side, waiting for them to come out, is Dumb Cat. Dumb Cat's down to just a duo.
Ironic that, you know, the cats are fighting Meow right now. Not what you normally see, but Meow is going to come out on top of Dumb Cats, and the leaders currently with 77 points will be eliminated. Meow, the team sitting just outside of that. Reminder, they were in 4th place, so they need a pretty substantial game here, and I think they're doing a wonderful job. I mean, thus far, they've already got, I believe 10 kill points between all of them, so they've already got that difference made up between where Temper and Bingus were sitting, and we'll just have to see if Meow is able to capitalize on this and take this all the way.
Yeah, we still got Temper and Bingus both alive right now, both tied for second currently. First place is definitely in reach for Temper. They have a lot of kills right now, 7 kills with 4 teams still alive, so this is doable here for Temper. Temper could win the tournament with a win here and a lot of kills. They have a pretty solid spot here on the edge and be able to look over at the likes of Meow. Dark Zero is solo. She has beacon. She's going to be looting here. Maybe get her. She doesn't have a respawn beacon, but yeah, it's going to be a solo here. But she could cause disruption with one of these fights. She could swing a fight for a team that didn't expect to get any help. As you see Temper moving up now, using the Newcastle wall as much as they can. G7 in the hands of Kara. Kara looking for angles, can't pick any up. She's going to glide her way back to the teammates. And, I mean, they don't have to get too aggressive here. Just play patiently, I think. And maybe look for a knock with the G7 shots, maybe just enough damage. As you do see Scar getting that res off. Scar is going to be able to get Jace back. So they're going to be a duo. I mean, jeez, what a vibe that would be, huh? If they come back and they take out one of these teams and win the tournament for another team, that'd be quite the funny ending. But Jace is back. Jace is back. So we got a duo and 3 trios here, Maz, as we head into round 5 with 20 seconds left of the close.
You do see Meow sitting up in this beautiful high vantage point. The Sheila raining down from Yusaki, trying to do some damage here to Bingus long range. Sammy Joe led the team over there to set them up for success with that long range line of sight, and just really playing this one a little bit patiently. I mean, you do have essentially, I believe, three of the top 4 teams, I believe, all alive right now, just really kind of vying for this final little bit of prize money. And Scar still alive, Jace taking some damage. That Sheila is never something you want to be on the receiving end of. Over on the top of this circle, though, we do have Bingus rotating in. Looks like they're going to move in towards this front load tractor, get themselves a little bit of position here, take just even the slightest angle. Sammy's going to call this out, move over towards the big billboard, move inside of that, and just see where these teams are currently positioned. And I mean, even with, you know, Temper sitting just at the top of this hill, the fight is certainly not done just yet. I mean, Temper may have this high ground, but we've seen teams take this high ground before. Excuse me, Temper specifically, even on Storm Point, they took that high ground fight and really took it with command. So we'll see here momentarily what's going to happen. We got about 25 seconds until this next round's closing.
I like how Bingus is playing this. Kitty Rat kind of playing back a little bit, trying to keep that that angle on the team on the height, Team Meow's gonna fall. Meow's gonna drop. Well, one's gonna drop. Who's that? Shiro? Okay, so Shiro on the Mirage. That's safe. Drops down, tries to get an angle on Dark Zero Eve. You don't really want them alive right now. You really want them to just not be a problem for you, because they can, like I was saying a couple minutes ago, like they don't have to win this game, but they can definitely disrupt these fights that are about to happen between these three teams, and they could really shift the standings without even like being the team that wins the game. So curious to see how all these teams kind of treat this duo. As you do see, Temper has an angle right now. That's Kara gets a knockdown on Jace. That's a huge knock coming in for Temper. Massive kill points potentially here for Temper, who already have a decent amount, as the shots from Meow continue to come in from above. Bingus is going to opt to play trailer right now. Not a bad spot to be. I believe the zone continues to pull to them. We'll see here in a few seconds, but I'm almost positive it pulls downside on them, and the height is going to become nothing. That little donut that Meow is playing on top of is going to become irrelevant here pretty shortly, I believe. So they might have a really good spot here, Bingus. They might be set up here for a dub, but the kills are what's going to help out Temper a lot. Temper has a lot of kills. Meow has a decent amount of kills, and ends up pulling out in front of Temper. So Temper's going to have a pretty solid spot here, as well as Meow. So all three teams are going to have a pretty solid spot on the edge. I was just curious to see who rotates first, who gets shot first, who gets knocked first. That's going to decide who your winner's going to be.
Yeah, these Newcastle walls right here at the end are going to be the most important parts of setting yourself up for this end game. As we saw Dark Zero Eve fall earlier, we are down to just the trio v trio, so it's going to be kind of a little bit of poke and prod here for the next 30 seconds. A little bit more of a heal off, kind of burn through some of these resources, because you're not going to need them once we throw out these Newcastle walls. But it does look like, we've got Temper with their Newcastle wall, we've got Neode for Meow with the Newcastle wall, Sammy also with the Newcastle wall. So between, what do we got? A couple Gibbies, a couple Sheilas, one Gibby. So we do have one Gibby with Kitty Rat. Now, Kitty Rat alone could be somebody that plays a little bit of a spoiler here, because even a Lifeline Halo, totally susceptible to these Gibby ults. And Kitty Rat just holding on to that, does still have her bubble in pocket as well. So we could not only get that Newcastle wall out of Bingus, but throwing out that Gibby bubble exceptionally last minute, throwing out that Gibby ult at just the right time as your team starts to rotate in. Bingus, I mean, right now, firepower-wise, leaning a little bit more their way despite Meow's high ground.
Yeah, Meow is going to be opting to look over at Temper right now. Temper going to have to rotate in with the Storm on their back, so they're going to be the first team to move here. Good angle from Shiro there, looking down on him there in the thing. There's Sammy's Newcastle wall coming down. Neo's comes down as well, grabs the low side, grabs an angle. Yusaki's going to be able to look down on top of them if she wants to, but she opts to fall down a little bit lower on the side. Here comes that Gibby ult you were talking about. A little too early in my opinion. You could have held on to this a little bit, but it might open up a rotate here for you, so that's probably why you're throwing it down. As you see Neo go down, Lorena picks up a knock. Temper getting some more kill points. This is massive for them. Shiro goes down as well to Lorena. On the right side is going to be Bingus trying to make a play here on Yusaki. Yusaki going to let Sheila sing a little bit. Going to let the thing cook. As you see Bootleg Garfield go down. Temper could win this tournament right now. Maz, head over to them. That POV is fantastic. On the high ground is going to be Kara. Kara gets the full kill on Shiro. Down goes Yusaki. Temper has a ton of kills right now, but they lose silver. Kitty Rat gets the knock. It's going to be a 2v3 here, Baz. And on the high ground is going to be Lorena looking down with that Nemesis. The swing in from Kara with the EVA 8. Gets swung by 2. Sammy comes over as a Newcastle. Gets the knock. Lorena gets a knock on Sammy. We got a 1v2 here. Lorena looking to close it out here for Temper. Temper goes down and Bingus wins their third game on World's Edge. They go 3 for 3 on World's Edge. Hats off to Bingus today. I don't know if it'll be enough to win the tournament, but Temper is definitely going to put a run for their money with all those kills they just received in Game 6.
Absolutely disgusting. I mean, this is the Bingus. This is the World's Edge Bingus that we've been hoping to see. And my goodness, did they show up tonight? I mean, there's no way. There's no way Bingus is not going to be a powerhouse team here in weeks to come. Winning 3 games on World's Edge, almost unheard of. In the same night, in the same tournament, even crazier. Huge game out of Bingus. Absolutely disgusting.
Wow.
I think now the most exciting part, as we just kind of I've got the leaderboard up for everybody. We're just going to keep an eye on things. You know, luckily the game is actually showing an in progress bug, so that's perfect right now. As we do see Dumb Cats. Look at that. What a leaderboard we round out to be. I mean, I thought I kind of had an idea of what this was going to be, but I think that got thrown out the window pretty quickly, as we do see Dumb Cats taking first place with 85 points. Temper going to be taking second place with 82. Bingus sitting in third with 80. Just goes to show, I mean, yes, Bingus did a wonderful job. They won 3 games. The difference here is the kill points. Bingus had 34. Jumping up to Temper, they had 82 total points. 46 of those points came from kills. And then Dumb Cats, looking at them, I mean, 85 points, super commendable. 39 kill points. I think Bingus, as they start to kind of evolve as a squad, pick up a couple more kill points on these rotations, Bingus is, you know, right there. I mean, a 5-point difference between first and third. You couldn't ask for a more competitive top 3.
Yeah, I mean, Temper wins that game, they win the day. So that's a huge fight to lose to Bingus there. You know, props off to Bingus. I'm not taking anything away from them, but Temper really, they had the opportunity to win that game. They had a great height advantage. They were looking down on top of Bingus, but what happened is they got separated, and Bingus recognized that, and Sammy got a huge knock on Lorena there over the wall, and it was the difference in that fight. And unfortunately for Temper, they're gonna have to settle with second place here. But Dumb Cats, congratulations. A great send-off for Nora. Nora's gonna be retiring from Apex Comp apparently, and she's gonna be switching over to Marvel Rivals. So a good send-off for Nora there, and a good win all around for Maple and Ellie as well. So shout out Dumb Cats. GG's.
Yeah, an amazing day of Apex Comp, and you know it's unfortunate to see Nyrika kind of retire, but the groundwork that Dumb Cats laid tonight, super excited to even see kind of, you know, we talked about Maple potentially going over to Solace, and if that is the case, I'm beyond excited to watch her kind of move into that role with an already well-established team of Riley and Crestep. So again, congratulations to Dumb Cats. Also want to give a shout out, Rhino, I saw this in your chat as well, to our good buddy Tunda. For those who don't know, Tunda's the owner of Empire Gaming, and he actually just gifted both of us quite a few subs. So huge shout out to Tunda. We appreciate you for not only supporting the women's space here in Apex Legends, but also just kind of supporting Apex Legends as a whole. You know, I know that me and you talk back and forth quite a bit, but thank you, at least from my end, you know, for the gifted subs. I appreciate them as always. But yeah,
Gaming Goats.
I think that about does it here for the first Ladies' Night of 2025. It's been a blast, and Rhino, I can't say thank you enough for joining me. I cannot wait to do more here throughout 2025 with you alongside me on the mic.
Yeah, big shout out Empire in the chat. You know, all the gifted subs. I appreciate y'all tremendously. Level 3 hype train right now. It's crazy, but yeah, Maz. I mean, we got a lot to look forward to, guys. Keep your eyes peeled on Twitter. If you haven't seen the video yet, go check out the video I posted on my Twitter, Rhino Live. It'll come right up. Gave some awards out for last season's Queen's Cup and a little bit of a teaser what's to come for QC. But yeah, no, big shout out to you guys putting on Ladies' Night, continuing to support the women's scene. And I'm excited to continue to cast with you this year, bro. It's gonna be a fun year.
It's going to be a blast. But again, thank you everybody for coming through. Thank you for all the players that showed up, participated, and stayed all 6 games. I can't say thank you enough for that alone, because we as TOs love when players stay for our games. You know, we do put a lot of work into stuff behind the scenes. I can't wait to do more here throughout 2025. And before you know it, it'll be February. So ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next month for Ladies' Night. Maybe we got a little surprise in store. So like Rhino said, keep your eye on Twitter. But we'll see everybody again